hacer una pequeña introducción por parte de los comentaristas en inglés y ya no debe faltar mucho para que empiece ya el match.
That's pretty much it. And if you haven't watched SMZ3 since like the last SGL, we do have boss and crystals randomized between the two games, so we can have things like a crystal on Dragon or pendant on Dragon, which is really the big thing. So there's changed the meta a little bit, so should be exciting to see. But I think we'll be getting started here shortly.
Absolutely. I'd like to thank Link Force. Over here on my left, we're going to be doing awesome tracking for us. I'm going to be looking over at her.
Va a ser un match bastante interesante por parte de estos dos buenos jugadores, por ejemplo, lo que es Asazas y Andy. Andy, mayormente conocido en la comunidad inglesa por sus ha ganado bastantes torneos, o si no varios, que ha tenido SpeedGaming. Y bueno, Asazas bastante conocido por parte de la comunidad española. Y esto parece que ya va a empezar. O sea, están ya solo esperando la cuenta regresiva. Ay, perdón, me lastimé.
Sorry for my Metroid buds over here. So really glad to see these guys getting rolling. So yeah, just waiting to see if these guys are going to be getting going shortly, about 2 seconds here.
Ya, esto ya va a iniciar y ahí va, aunque
we're only standard sprites here, right? This is a very vanilla experience.
The vanilla experience.
No buff Kirby, no
buttons here. Siempre en ese como randomizer, siempre empiezas en Super Metroid, pero lo que normalmente hacen los jugadores es irse a Link to the Past, porque hay muchísimos más checks que en mismo Super Metroid. Pero bueno, aquí ya es una diferencia de ruta. Andy va a checar Morph Ball, mientras Asas va a checar a Link to the Past. Es el primer check de la isla, que son misiles.
It doesn't waste that much time. It's just so much more convenient if you get, like, especially if you just had Morph Ball right off the bat, which happens a lot. You can just do it really easy later. So, any kind
of. Una vez checado esto, va ahí a. No vi eso. Era Dragon. Easter era un cristal. Y Desert creo que era un pendiente. Un attack bastante útil. Un attack por parte del tío. Espejo está en Morph Ball y eso va a ser bastante interesante. Upgrade de flechas. Bueno, ese espejo que esté ahí hace un poquito de ventaja en Andy en caso de que encuentren acceso al mundo oscuro, ya que va a poder rotear mejor su camino por el mundo oscuro y mundo de la luz. Pero faltaría ver en dónde estén el martillo, el guante y la perla de la luna. Y Asazas, que no va a revisar Lumberjack, se va directo a Lost Woods.
Especially if Azazas goes for, I particularly like delaying Brinstar, so I would, like, if I was playing any of this, I wouldn't get that for a long time, probably. Depending how the seed plays out, obviously, but, yeah, it could.
Cuarto de corazón. Es medianamente útil, solo porque faltan otros 3. Okay, sí, era pendiente rojo que estaba en Desert. Okay, unas Power Bombs no vienen mal, solo que no tenemos Morph Ball, así que no se pueden usar.
Yeah, I mean, you want to get Morph, like, early on, basically the seeds always start, you're either going to find Morph and you want, like, your 3 bits of ammo, a missile, a super, and a power bomb, or you're going to find your 3 dark
Asazas que ya entrando a Kakariko, va a entrar seguramente Bryce Hideout, a ver si tiene suerte y encuentra algunas bombas.
Aga access and a Moon Pearl. The power, like there always has to be a power bomb in Sphere 0. That might have been the one that was placed, but it can also just randomly place another one. So it's always nice to get the power bomb. It's annoying when you get the morph ball so early.
Interrupias, la lámpara,
and you're just doing these checks just for a power bomb.
otra pieza de corazón y justamente lo que necesita, bombas.
I don't think we've seen a super yet, so that's the other big thing. But we also don't have morph, so which is also important.
So fairly fortuitous for asazas to find bombs.
Okay, super misiles viene bastante bien. Andy se va al sur para poder farmear un poco de bombas, ya que no hay dinero y quiere asegurarse de llegar a Kakariko con bombas. Estos arbustos tienen 50% de probabilidad de que suelten una bomba. Como vemos, no ha tenido mucha suerte Andy. Ahí hay una y hay otra. Con esto dice que es más que suficiente para poder checar Kakariko. Vamos a ver qué hay en la carrera. Hay misiles que a lo mejor en early game podrías ir por ellos, pero no creo que ninguno. Bueno, vemos que Andy las ignora y yo creo que Asazas también va a ignorar esos super misiles.
Rounding out all of his checks, so he's making sure he's not leaving anything behind, which seems like a fairly strong way to do it in these tournaments. It worked out for him before, so he's kind of going with his comfort picks, not really doing anything crazy.
Yeah, the one thing with SMZ3 versus just like if you were just playing like the opening looks very you just do Kakariko, do the big things. I'd say just because SMZ3's.
¿Qué tal a toda la gente? Sean bienvenidas a la retransmisión de este match del combo randomizer que son A Link to the Past y Super Metroid.
Tend to matter less. Like to like Kakariko, you want to spike either a flute or a bottle, right? Well, we have 100 other locations, so it's just less likely that's going to happen.
Asazas que no tiene dinero para bombas. Me pregunto si irá al sur a farmear un poco de bombas o qué es lo que piensa hacer. Andy, en contrario, va a romper esta casa de aquí, que justamente aquí puedes farmear bombas gratis. Cada vez que entres y salgas, las bombas van a respawnear. Y viene bastante bien para si tienes necesidad de bombas. También hay unos otros ítems como una rupia, flechas. Y Asazas va para Easter. Una interesante elección.
Some people in SM. Oh no, never mind. We're going straight to Eastern.
With no bombs currently on because
right.
Lo malo de Easter es que no hay bombas por jarrón, entonces a ver si encuentra alguna bomba en los cofres o algún drop de enemigo. Ya que seguramente al terminar Easter va a querer revisar Shaha.
This is the most important decision so far in this match. We have, someone making the early Eastern play versus someone who's probably doing like a little bit more standard. So if we get anything, like literally anything in here, it's going to be pretty big. It also depends on if the bow just pops up.
Qué bueno que te interese carrera speedrun de estos dos juegos difíciles que son A Link to the Past y Super Metroid. No sé si conoces el término de randomizer o no.
So we do know actually we had a mirror check, right? So we do know that Eastern's a crystal, Desert's a pendant.
De momento Andy revisando todos los checks que ya checó Asazas. Y en Easter solo hemos visto la llave grande y compás. Puede que el jefe oculte un ítem, pero aún hay probabilidades de que no. Lo mejor sería de que no, para que así la próxima vez que regreses ya sea solo para terminarla.
Now because it's crystal, so it changes a little bit, but like until like towards the end game when you're thinking about killing Mother Brain, bosses and crystals are basically equally valuable because you have to do both of them.
Y primer ítem, supermisiles.
Opens up Pyramid Fairy, which exactly like normal. And then pendants are we hate.
Right. And this is a fairly a new invention here with the boss token.
El segundo ítem es, bueno, el segundo cofre grande es el mapa. Entonces va a quedar un ítem detrás de Armos. Lamentablemente no podemos ir a enfrentar con Armos porque no tenemos el arco. Y asazas que sigue sin bombas. No va a poder checar Shaha después de esto.
My thing is like I know the joke is on this. I mean, I've been playing I started with Link to Bash, right?
Andy que se dirige a la presa.
But my thing is always like if you're gonna be
en la presa hay dos ítems, un cofre adentro y al vaciarla está el otro. Una botella que viene bastante bien para checar Seed Kick. Y tenemos un E-Tank por parte de asazas.
The only stuff you need stuff for in SM is Dragon and Ridley, and one of them is not even required. It's like, okay, I can basically beat this with like.
Okay, asazas que se va a dirigir al cuarto de rupias. Aquí hay rupias de azules que nos dan 5, que son 3, son 15, 30, 45, son 90 rupias en ese cuarto. Viene bastante bien para comprar bombas. Okay. En el desierto, el ítem que podemos ver son nomás Power Bombs. Y en Aguina,
looking at it, there almost has to be something over here in Aguina. I mean, we're really running out of checks for both of them.
Mini Moldorm yet?
I don't believe we saw Mini Moldorm.
Yeah, that's the other big thing. Yeah, I mean, we need something to pop soon. We actually see. I don't think.
Power Bombs.
Azazas didn't have the bomb, right? Yeah, he's going now.
Yeah, head back that way right now. Maybe like look a little bit of an over.
Y asazas perdiendo un poco de tiempo ya que tiene que regresar a esta parte de aquí hasta con Shaha para poder revisar los 3 objetos que hay detrás de esa pared que se puede romper tanto con bombas que con las botas.
I actually do it the way Andy does it in SMZ, just because like the Aguina checks only like 30 seconds, and like these matches are usually decided by minutes, not seconds. So like, I think it's generally worth it.
Y el pendiente verde está en Bristol. Eso sería con Crate, creo.
Well, that's good news for Andy because Azazas didn't find anything, so it just makes it more likely it's over here.
Andy que está con los mini Moldors.
Yeah. So the meta thing.
Aquí son 5 cofres, un tanque de reserva, 7 rupias, una botella, supermisiles y una pieza de corazón. No ha salido absolutamente nada de progresión. Solo queda Sick Kick y Ice Rod Cave y me volvió a lastimar. Bueno, y queda el castillo, porque el castillo se puede hacer con las bombas también. Que el castillo con bombas es algo bastante horrible. Esos cangrejos que estaban troleando bastante Andy. No quieres hacer contacto con los cangrejos, ya que te bajan 2 corazones de vida. Y al solo tener 3, de 2 golpes estás muerto. Creo que Andy va a ser, bueno, no creo, va a ser Fake Flipper seguramente para revisar Hobo.
I doubt Andy's lost here. it's possible maybe
this if he's just doing this for hobo, this is incredibly inefficient. I'm not a fan of this.
We're looking at some very singular checks here. So I mean, like right now, if they, an item that can unlock a couple things, if they got the glove, I mean, they're able to go up to Death Mountain.
Me pregunto, ¿qué es lo que hará Asazas? Si también va a ir a hobo o hará save and quit.
It opens a couple of checks, not a lot, but right now they're both our runs are down to singular checks outside of escape.
Yeah, well, but escape is the big one. So like the one thing, like, because you haven't played a lot of SMZ3.
20 rubias en hobo.
One thing that you kind of have to like change your like mental like math on is like.
Andy aún le queda checar Shaja y Easter Palace. Entonces, serían bastante iguales, a diferencia de que Andy consiguió el espejo en Mothball. Save and quit por parte de Asaza, seguramente va a checar Sick Kick.
So yeah, I don't like the hobo there at all.
Yeah, I mean, both runners might be possibly kind of leaving escape right now because I mean.
¿O no?
Right now they're kind of looking for a weapon, right? I mean, like you can do it with bombs, that's fine.
Yeah.
But it's slower and it's very ammo intensive.
So low on money that like.
Va al castillo.
No,
sí, porque no entiendo para qué va a comprar bombas y va a ir al castillo.
Yeah, exactly.
Una interesante decisión.
Yeah.
Would be my guess. I mean, there's nowhere else to go.
There's
sick kid, right?
Yeah, we have something sick kid, but it's probably escape.
Yeah.
Which means that, it looks like Azazas is going to be ahead because Annie is going to be doing this Eastern that Azazas has already done. And,
que es el lugar con más checks que hay. Aquí en Cacarico solo hay uno. Hobo está fuera de lógica. Y en Super Metroid solo hay 2 checks que puedes revisar.
Possibly that would be an awkward.
Yeah, that would be kind of awkward, but I've seen that happen where it's like it's definitely this. And you see something that's like technically the same.
Yeah,
it's like well, that's great.
It's like we're both not smart enough to predict every item he could possibly be getting right now.
Yeah, or it's like.
Vamos a ver qué tal está Asazas de practicado de vencer a este guardia con bombas. Parece que bastante bien, lo hizo muy bien esa strat de poner las 2 bombas ahí.
I put off learning these so long because I was like, it's random only tech. I don't want.
I know a lot of runners who started in kind of when they did the weapon swapping.
Vamos a ver qué es lo que hay detrás del segundo cofre en parte del castillo.
Right.
Got like fire rod or something like that wasn't good for magic or something like that as a weapon. So a lot of these like a lot of the better runners, a lot of the runners are more experienced.
Soltó una bomba, viene bastante bien. 5 rupias. No le pegó la segunda bomba, bastante mal para Asazas. Y justamente se movió, qué mala suerte. Al final agarró la bomba en las manos y se acercó lo más con el guardia para recibir daño y derrotarlo al mismo tiempo. Con el ball and change es matado de 2 jarrones. No hay que complicarse la vida, pero va a tener que ser uno por matar a este guardia, si no lo va a molestar. Y los guardias tienen drop de bombas, que viene bastante bien. Asazas preparando el... ¿qué es el corazón? Qué bueno que no dio refill, pero preparó un Death Ward para poder checar Dark Cross. Pero qué bueno que ese pieza de corazón no fue un corazón completo, si no le hubiera curado toda la vida.
It would be very annoying if it was on Sick Kid.
I think
and it did this entire
it honestly feels
sequence.
like Key is probably just going to be here, and then it's going to be in the back.
Yeah, I don't recall. I think we got the map on the actual sanctuary gentleman there, so I think...
Gentleman?
He's the priest, maybe?
Andy, que ya terminó de checar Easter, ¿cuál va a ser la siguiente decisión? Lo más seguro es que vaya a ser Castillo, igual que Asazas. 20 rupias, entonces la llave está en la parte de atrás. Y para acceder ahí se necesitan los guantes. Andy, que va a comprar más bombas y vaya al castillo. Mientras asazas va ahí a checar el desierto. Ya vimos todos estos checks y sabemos que aquí no está la progresión. Entonces la progresión tiene que estar con SpeedGaming 100%.
I think Azazas is also just down to that's why Andy's right. He's down. Azazas is down to the bottle and he's down to the Bryn checks. Now
Lo bueno para Andy es que él no tiene que preparar el Dead Ward. Tiene espejo y lo puede usar al momento de checar el cofre en la celda de Zelda. Incluso lo que puede hacer Andy sería robar la llave, si él quisiera.
It's only one in logic either way. Now there's technically a bonus one over there, but like it's not on logic and it's pretty unlikely to be something. It's like just in a later sphere and like did this game put something in a later sphere just by happenstance. So.
Yeah. So I mean it looks like now that we know.
Well, we are gonna get that. So.
Andy decide continuar y eso fue un hard reset por parte de asazas, lo cual es curioso porque va a revisar Morph Ball y el tank de Old Prince, si no me acuerdo, se llamaba así.
Especially when it's early, it's just annoying because it's like your opponent probably did this too, and like you were just making the seed take longer. Like this could still be like this could turn into a jet seed with just a really annoying opening, right? Like if everything's just in path after this. But like yeah, when you start.
Buena estrada por parte de Andy para derrotar a ese guardia.
My experience with these is that these things will open up very quickly, and you're going to get 4 or 5 progression items right in a row. And you're going to be, they're going to send both our runners to the opposite sides of the area.
Yeah, and that's the thing with SMZ3. Like once you get, like nothing in Link to the Past opens up as many checks as Morph does in SMZ3, just because it's like you have Wreck Ship, you have all of Brinstar, you have Kraid, you have Red Tower. Like there's just so much that opens up just for Morph.
Aquí Asasa se encuentra con su espejo y va a encontrar también ese tanque que está ahí. Andy haciendo un Dead Ward, olvida que tiene el espejo.
And the thing about so like there is the possibility like because there's no boss in Brinstar, so there's like the possibility of doing a Brin like skip or something. But like the rest of it, like it's pretty hard to not do like Red Tower and Crate. I mean, well here I guess you can not do Crate because.
Sabes que tiene que salir aquí Super Metroid caminando porque encontró el espejo. Porque el espejo estaba ahí, si no perfectamente podría hacer un reset.
I know what chat is. Okay, just to be clear, I'm not like
the confusion in your voice was palpable. I could feel it. So
it's
I'm here, Duck, to lead you through this experience, right?
It's so far away.
Esta subida de Super Metroid que es bastante difícil si la quieres hacer rápido. Vemos cómo Asasas lo hace lentamente. Bueno, más que lentamente lo hace de forma segura. Porque vemos que Andy lo hizo de una forma muy rápida la subida. Y Andy se dirige a Kick. Aquí vemos la diferencia de tiempos. Que Andy va más adelantado que Asasas.
Like when you last location like something like this, you're like, my opponent probably did this, but like God forbid if they didn't, they could have been. They're like 15 minutes ahead already. Like, so it's always like when you have a seat, like especially if this turns into a jet seat or something, you just because you had this opening in the last location,
nos da
feel good for the rest of the seat. Like you're probably like
la flauta.
Beautiful, exactly. See, perfect. The flute opens it allows them to go right out the door.
La flauta.
Perfect. It's a perfect.
What? Con la flauta nos permite checar la montaña. Y podemos checar era, porque tenemos el espejo. Entonces, a lo bueno que Asasas fue por ese espejo primero antes que venir aquí. Y aparte, tenemos el acceso a Super Metroid por parte de Norfair.
We have like 2 hours and 30 minutes in, and I'm gonna say something slightly wrong. Like, remember the flute duck?
Do you remember the flute? How I was right? Keep it together. So now that Asazas is keeping up the local fare, he's bought bombs 3 different times.
This economy is booming.
Yes, exactly.
Literally.
Yeah, bomb sales are through the roof.
You can do this now.
Hey, it's a nice table. Don't.
Esta sí está muy interesante.
I don't know.
You think I have like Hulk strength?
You're like twice my size. So I don't
Porque Norfer
Only in one direction.
te puedes.
All right, so now
Bueno, en Norfer creo que no puedes checar nada. Lo que ocupas, por lo menos, Morphol. Puedes checar un solo ítem, pero tienes que tener cuidado si no te queda softlock.
This is basically for like one check. You can just peek this item right here.
So this is where I need
Que es este que va a checar Andy.
with this limited item set. Oh,
wow,
Y
that
el
is an item to peek, is it not?
martillo.
So, normally the hammer early doesn't actually help.
Que ese enemigo justamente es el peligroso. Que el martillo nos abre de la montaña completa.
Yeah, I mean, while you're down here, so like Business Center is kind of a weird one where you can go.
Espejo y martillo nos permite checar Paradox y Spiral.
It's a check.
It's a boss.
It's
Okay.
a boss. Yeah, I didn't check exactly which one, but
it doesn't matter. There's no.
Entonces, muy buena jugada por parte de Andy revisar primero Super Metroid. Sí, Asazas va a hacer lo mismo, va a checar ese ítem y se va a encontrar con el martillo. Aunque primero va a guardar en caso de que el enemigo se le escape y no lo pueda matar. Porque es complicado a veces matar a ese enemigo.
Alright, so Andy's gonna get out of here. So more importantly, from a nice
Cristal rojo, Doctor Rock, Pot, pendiente, Skullgoods. Tifftown es. ¿Eso era Ridley? Y Sun Palace es Crate. Otra cosa que ya tiene este randomizer es que está randomizado por sí los jefes. Más que nada, qué jefes te da qué cosa. Pero al matar el Crate, no solamente sea esa bandera de que hayas matado al Crate en Super Metroid. Lo que tengas que matar, no sé, Ice Armor para que tengas la bandera de Crate en Super Metroid. Para la estatua que te dé acceso a Turian. Ahí tenemos Silvers, que dudo mucho que vayan algunos de... Bueno, Asazas sí va y por las Silvers. Que realmente es una buena decisión, porque no están muy alejadas del camino. Y te vienen bastante bien. Andy probablemente no vaya por ellas. Y basta estar preparándose para ver si puede hacer un bound jump. Le sale muy bien ese bound jump. Y no tiene que volver a subir toda la montaña de nuevo. Tiene que tener cuidado, solo tiene un corazón. Igual Andy, solo tiene un corazón. Hay que tener mucho cuidado con esta parte del zoológico. Un corazón ahí. Y ese mini Moldor justamente llega y lo mata. Una pena porque justamente había un corazón abajo. Estás pegando al Switch de nuevo por error. Tanque de reserva. Sí va y por él. Ese mini Moldor troleándolo. Bueno, una muerte en este punto no está tan mal. Tenía que subir las escaleras, tenía pocas vidas. Entonces le ayuda más que lo que lo molesta. Preparándose para el bomb jump. Le sale bien. Springboard. ¿Por qué no revisó? ¿Qué? Fue directo por el cofre grande. Justamente tenía el segundo ítem, pero bueno. Fue raro que no checara el cofre que venía inmediatamente.
we gonna?
Only 3 hits. This is a world-class player here. Okay.
Or is he just gonna run into the Moldorm face again?
Listen, that's up to him. You know, if he wants to give asazas the time, that's fine.
All right, there we go. We're approaching from the rear.
Moldorm, a ver cómo se comporta. De momento está comportándose bien. Y muy buena pelea por parte de Andy con este Moldorm. Y tenemos la bandera o el jefe derrotado que contará como Dragon. Y Asazas no se arriesga a hacer el bond jump. Decide irse de modo seguro. En la isla tenemos misiles, nada útil. Y ahora vamos a Spiral Cave. Aunque sin botas es más lento.
You can still do hard mode tricks in normal, so that spring ball is nice to have. We can maybe get into North Fire with it or something like that. So, yeah, early spring ball is definitely nice. Can help.
Moldor troleándole un poquito a Asazas, pero primer golpe bueno. Segundo también, y el tercero que se hace el rogar. Ahí está, tercer golpe. Para este Moldor. Que nos da la llave pequeña para el sótano, pero no nos importa porque ya tenemos los 2 ítems de esa torre. Y me perdí que había en Spiral por estar viendo la pelea de Asazas. Aunque juzgando por el tracker, no había nada importante. Tenemos Paradox, los 2 cofres de abajo, Morse Ball y Power Bombs. Ahí está.
Thank you, one participant. We appreciate that.
And the people rejoice.
So more balls. So now that this will open up a couple different checks.
Yeah, and we're obviously gonna check this, and then we're gonna see a hard reset to SM.
Yeah, and it opens up a ton of checks over there in SM.
Yeah,
so.
with spring ball you can actually do crate up. We can start with crate.
Tenemos primer escudo, 300 rupias, 5 misiles, flechas y super misiles.
But that's a pretty hard jump to do, and like the routing efficiency is minor. Yeah, we just saw Andy with the reset.
Andy que hizo un reset de la consola para empezar en Super Metroid.
I like, especially in the new pendants in SM meta. I always like starting with crate. I think it's even stronger now because on the way down you can pause for for Dragon.
Ok, va a checar el Gauntlet. Con 13 tanks y reservas. Y tanques de reserva tiene aquí bastante bien. Esta parte de aquí es muy complicada por el ácido. El ácido hace bastante daño, como podemos ver. Uy, justamente lo agarró el enemigo, pero no importa porque fue la parte de arriba. Primer ítem son misiles y el... Y detrás de esto hay 2 ítems que puedes revisar.
And with the amount of power bombs and stuff they have, like, if you only had 5, you kind of want to avoid here.
Yeah, the ammo count is exceptional right now, so both these runners are in a really good spot.
Yeah, and he has more supers than I ended my my last seed with, so.
Hay que tener mucho cuidado con el ácido porque baja muchísimo.
That's actually why Azazas is over there and over here to be actually very accurate about it.
Eso es. Lo pudo recuperar. Eso fue bastante malo por parte de Andy, pero lo pudo recuperar. Justamente, si no bajas por el medio y rompes ambos pilares, tienes que volver a hacer todo el gauntlet para poder recuperar ese ítem y justamente la Gravity. Con Gravity Suite nos permite ir más rápido por lugares de agua. Y también por lugares donde está la lava. Pero no nos da protección contra el calor. Entonces para eso seguimos necesitando el Varia Suite. Esas rupias que no son, que son 300 rupias, viene bastante bien porque aún falta comprar el ítem Azora y falta pot. Tener rupias en ese punto viene bastante bien. Más supermisiles, la pera de la luna por parte de Andy y una pieza de corazón. Y creo que en la parte de medio no había nada de esta sala, donde consigue los early supers.
But yeah, it's actually the Moon Pearl was the number one thing of going through Meridia. And again, assuming neither one of these know the Crystal Flash Clip, it's either Ice or Speed to actually get to Botwoon and Dragon.
Okay.
So those are the three things.
The kind of things what you're looking for.
Yeah.
So.
Or if you do know it, just enough ammo to do the Crystal Flash Clip. Like I've gotten Gravity Suit early enough that I was like, I don't have the ammo to even try to do it yet. So
they look like pretty stacked on ammo. Look pretty fine to be, I don't know, fighting.
Pasión de bombas y
right now.
Primer guante. Okay, ya están saliendo los ítems. Habrá que dejarnos caer aquí y nos vamos a encontrar una sala donde, bueno, después de una sala donde están los Otokuns o Lokuns o como se llamen, pero son los que te enseñan a hacer los wall jumps.
Yeah. So if you were smarter than me, yes. The SM logic is so weird, especially with like normal and hard, and like the main thing.
Esa de corazón no nos sirve nada.
Can I do it or not? There's like sometimes it matters.
Bueno, Andy va a continuar su camino por Brinstar Rosa.
Like the crossover points, like the Mire Shed. If I find something in Mire Shed that I sequence, like I did like a high jump as lava dive, and I find something in Mire Shed, I go like, okay, I know that I needed to have had like space jump and all this stuff to get here, right? So this like whatever is down there is not illogical till I find more SM stuff. Right. If it's just something purely in SM, I tend not to worry about it because it's just like, can I do the SM thing
20 rupias y vamos a checar este cheque que está detrás de esta zona donde encontramos estos enemigos que hacen muchísimo daño pero se mueren con dos supers o creo que un misil y un super pero no hay nada útil. Un Energy Tag que viene bastante bien para Andy, un refill de vida. Y ahora va a intentar hacer el Sport Skip, que esto nos permite saltar al jefe de Sport Spawn, que es esa planta, el primer jefe que, bueno, el segundo jefe, que es requerido en el juego Vanilla para conseguir los primeros super misiles.
Certainly anyone at this tournament at this point definitely knows the wave gate glitch. I think pretty much every
Tiene que tener cuidado a asazas porque tiene muy poca vida.
And then the ceiling intake we were talking about before.
Sí, va a querer hacer el skip con el wave beam. Le sale bien, que no me acuerdo cómo se llamaba bien ese truco. Primera espada.
Generally only need two for both. Both these runners are powerful enough to only need the two, so we'll be thinking about getting the second one at some point.
Yeah.
So Andy's gonna head down towards Southern Brinstar here. Probably come to the Charge.
La botella en donde sería el Charge Beam. Esta sería su segunda botella para ambos.
Now, after you've checked this Brinstar's area, so we're going to be heading over to kind of the Red Tower area. You're just going to continue kind of like check like the space area.
Posicionándose para hacer el skip de Sport Spawn. Ahí le salió. Sabes que sale bien cuando tiembla la pantalla.
But yeah, either there's some people who prefer to go. In this situation where I have Dark World access is probably one of the few times I'd actually consider.
Y matando a estos enemigos que son necesarios para abrir la puerta. Y un check detrás de aquí. Que es Ether. Y una vez tenía la Morph Ball, puedes revisar los ítems que te dejaste en esa parte de aquí.
But it's always valuable to do. We also have hammer, so you're not going to isolate anything there. So, and then just like all those early Dark World checks.
300 rupias que no son tan necesarias ya.
It's I think I've had like one SMC3 where I didn't do Village of Outcasts, and it's just like so wild.
No le salió a asazas el...
Yeah, like you're gonna do that. I mean, you know, in your dream world, you save it until you have mitts, and you can just do Smith sequence right with it. But like, that's probably hoping.
Creo que ahí sí le salió. Creo que hace rato soltó el misil muy después. El hookshot en esta parte superior de Old Blister y Fire Rock. Ítem requerido porque todo tu rock es cristal. Y también lo es Ice Palace, entonces viene bastante útil.
Both of those don't really help us right now, though, because so like Fire Rod is a Skullwoods is a pendant, so like it's nice because I mean we needed it because Terra Rock's a crystal, and Hookshot, the big thing it gets you normally is
mejor boomerang.
So it's kind of like
y Asazas no va a checar All Blister todavía. Lo cual va a perderse ese hookshot y ese Fire Rod del momento de momento. Él decide continuar su camino por Bristol Verde hasta la Torre Roja. Y primero va a ir hacia abajo. ¿Cuál viene bastante bien? Y segundo Swante, los mids en el check de Mother Brain. Que justamente este es el lugar de Mother Brain en el primer Metroid.
Is he scouting this? Oh my god.
Well, when is the next time he's going to come back down here?
So, okay, the reason you don't scout this is because
Ahora hay que esperar a que este cuadrito se regenere.
So, when you scout this, it then makes Waterway even less valuable because instead of going, okay, I can do 2 checks now, you just have 1. And like you're just like, it's like you find out that maybe that is like Flippers.
Polvos mágicos por parte de Asazas y 10 flechas por parte de Andy. Entonces, no hay que checar esto. Este check se requiere sí o sí tener Speed Booster.
Oh yeah. And that's where there was a lot there.
No hook shot, no fire rod, no mitts.
No mitts is the big one right now, right?
So he's going over to Kraid, which kind of like was one of the things you like to do. I mean, like,
Asazas se dirige hacia Kraid.
They usually go.
And Azazas is the one. That way, sorry, I didn't mean to. Sorry, but Azazas is the one who knows that Kraid is green pendant. Like I said, it's kind of meta to blind this, but the rare chance you do have that information, like I'm gonna like
debe tener cuidado con la cantidad de power bombs que tiene. En esta sala en la que está Asazas también hay un ítem por revisar. Y con Andy solo había 5 flechas. Segunda espada por parte de Asazas, bastante útil. Y Andy seguramente va a checar las bombas. Según recuerdo, si no tienes las bombas, no tienes que pelear con con el bomb torizo. Es una botella, no vale ni la pena ir por ella. Asazas está posicionándose y generando un poquito de lag para poder hacer la quick kill de Kraid.
Sometimes, like when you check something that your opponent didn't, it's almost better for it to be a little thing, like Ice Rod. That it's like your opponent didn't, but like this is
no pudo.
Spot, like,
va a entrar a su segunda fase.
Yeah, I mean it's really hard when your opponent has mitts and you don't. It's like it's really hard to like even that out. That's just like that's bad for you. The only way it's not bad is a lot of times like
las garras que lanza Kraid molestan muchísimo.
It's pretty common in SMZ3s for there's just nothing to be behind mitts. It could be
en lo que te fijas, fantasma. No vi que era pendiente verde, sí, pendiente verde. Entonces si era pendiente verde Blizzard, si era referente a Kraid. Y Speed Booster por parte de Andy. Va a ser un Gravity Jump. No le salió. Va a volver a intentar.
In a semifinals match? No, you can't see Waterway without speed. That's one of the few items you can't scout with. So there's the thing with speed is most of the items you can scout or like sequence break around.
Ahora sí le salió el Gravity Jump.
Believe is the only one you can't actually see in any way, shape, or form. Is there another one? Just waterway, right? Yeah,
No,
just waterway.
That's it. So, I mean,
Pues Andy va a checar lo que es la Record Chip o la nave hundida y encontramos Spacer para asazas. Va a tener un poco más de daño a la hora de disparar que Andy. Ahora asazas va a checar probablemente todos los ítems detrás de Norfair, aunque no tenga el Barrier Suite, pero con 4 tanks vas a ser más que suficiente. Un tank viene bastante bien.
So the flip side is Steve's probably gonna force him to go over there sooner than later. So and like it's really when you like you see these randos where right now it looks like
ya Fantasma ya la cebó. No hay nada en el check de high jumps. Y Andy que se enfrenta a Phantom.
It's only when you see when your opponent's doing stuff like catfish and that kind of stuff where you might not even do it that you're really gaining time on them.
Yeah, the only dangerous part I can see is that if Andy starts checking things as things are unlocked, and then he kind of goes on a bunch of wild goose chases that comes out to nothing,
right?
And Asazas gets those other items.
Asazas que va al Into the Pass. ¿A dónde se dirige?
Yeah, I mean, we're sort of doing the commentator thing where it's
que va al mundo oscuro.
Maybe not. Yeah. I mean, it's like we're trying to. We have to keep. I mean, I mean,
arriesgado.
Absolutely not over whatsoever. Right, Andy does have a clear advantage right now by getting.
Pero me imagino que quiere ir porque tiene el martillo, entonces puede ir a terminar Tifton sin problemas.
Oh, that's right. He does have
tiene el Fire Rod para terminar Skullwoods, pero Skullwoods pendiente.
Right.
Así que da igual. La cosa es que está retrasando lo que es los checks de Old Blister. Y justamente ahí, perdón, no tiene el Firewall. El que tiene el Firewall es Andy. Decía, en Old Blister está el Hookshot y también está el Firewall. X-Ray, que en caso de tener plasma se puede hacer el microondas. Mi tocayo, vente a comentar.
Is the one thing that you can kind of just skip a lot of times in SM.
So would you
I would have gone to
Dark World instead?
Yeah, with all that stuff I have, I'm I'm doing how often do you skip Village of Outcast?
I mean,
and I was
ese check de Andy solo hay
so what are you waiting for, bud? Just go there.
Expansión de bomba. De hecho, no me fijé Phantom que daba.
You can just reset the wreck ship whenever, right? It's not really efficient.
I mean, he has to get
and he can get high jump, and he can get
Phantom da un cristal. Okay.
And a lot of it's kind of a meme in the SM community that wreck ship is just empty. So I don't. Yeah. With not only the fact if he just had Dark World, maybe the fact he's got Dark World and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Pero sabes, el Into the Pass con eso, da igual.
Yeah, that's true.
Está el segundo boomerang en el segundo cofre de Tiftown.
Whatever I say, he does the opposite.
I mean, that's been working out for him all tournament, so I mean, it's just be okay.
His whole life.
Andy guardó antes de venir para esa zona.
So we're basically he's been in a full clear mode pretty much.
Los bastones.
Yeah, he has.
Es que este es otro tracker, no es el mismo que usan siempre. Aquí el Fire Roll y el Ice Roll lo manejan diferente para que estén juntitos. Para que no gasten tanto espacio y sean dos ítems en uno solo. Charge Beam. Obviamente quieres regresarte con eso.
Yeah, it does have that. We know we can guarantee get through Mud right now. It's just gonna be a very long fight for Andy. He's still gonna want. I mean, he's got. I mean, the thing is that charge beam was nice, but we also already sitting at very nice ammo.
Yeah.
But charge beam is not something Azazas needed. So that's not an out.
No lo sé si vaya a ser Tiftown y después vayan Super Metroid.
The thing with fast cannon is ammo.
Aún puede checar muchas cosas en Thief Town.
You know, a lot of times like you're not going to
Y
GG
muchas gracias a Nathan,
so,
Sketch, no sé quién estaba streameando por esa raid.
All that's here, you know, Azazas
gained back a lot of time on that, right?
Well, so if you know, Azazas mages never do wreck ship.
Yeah.
And I mean, he'll just kill Fantoon and leave, right? Because Fantoon is required, but you know, that's going to be it's like 10 minutes.
De momento, Thief Town no ha salido ningún ítem importante en que se vea reflejado en el tracker. Pero es el mapa.
Oh, it just sounded like he was just like not even playing the game.
He's just standing around doing it. No, it's Thieves Town. It's like
La cueva con 4 cofres más el bandido se llama Hype Cape.
In kind of a longer dungeon. So I mean, at least he has the hammer. He's gonna be able to full clear it. Hopefully.
Es que aún le queda checar el juego de la pala, Stompy, Cueva 45, y el check de polvos. Puede checar, no, ¿sí tenía polvos? O no tenían polvos, creo que no tenían polvos, no es cierto. Ok, Somalia, tenía Somalia por parte de Andy, entonces Record Chip con bastantes ítems, bastante útiles.
But wait, with that cane of Somalia, that means this wreck ship play is hard required.
Yes.
So when you're doing this play, like you just need one thing, right? It's not like I need like you just have one.
Llave pequeña seguramente está en el cofre grande. Aumento de flechas, tienes el check detrás de Speed Booster.
Like it's just hard required to do this. So.
But the thing is, the more things that Andy
tiene que revisar la parte de hasta arriba.
Oh, yeah, the more is the better, but you just need one for it to not be bad. Right?
That astounding.
20 rupias.
The larger thing is, the more he gets to do here is the
ask better questions then, Lang. I know what to tell you.
Power bombs que
there's no question to make it a
bastante
point
útiles.
The more efficient he can check the rest of Link to the Past and doesn't have to come back here because like hopefully he gets to do all this, right? And then
pelea con Brian de asazas es bastante script. No hay mayor problemas para él y nos da un tanque de reserva. Y eso es Ridley.
Well, listen, I will guide you through both of these games, all right? We will get there.
I don't know how
Brian nos da la bandera de Ridley.
I'm saying there's an entire section of the game called No Fair, right? There's an upper and a lower part. It's a little hot.
Tenemos el arco bastante bien para asazas. Ya puede terminar Easter. Que seguramente va a querer combinar Easter con Pot. Va a ser un 2x1. Y sí, Asazas tiene polvos, entonces puede checar todas estas zonas sin problemas.
So I just didn't listen. I like assumed some sort of insight was happening, and there was none. So I was like, it's just right over my head.
Right. So I know the basic concepts generally elude you, but I'm here. I'm here as one with the viewer. We're trying to work it through together.
Okay,
you know?
that tracks.
Yeah, everything that I've corrected you about, someone in text has told me about. So this is like I have like an unfair advantage right here.
Okay, well. Okay.
Las bombas por parte de Batman y nada por parte de Andy. Veamos en el donde está el Gravity Suite en Vanilla. Bombas. Y bueno, nave hundida nos tenía Sharpie y Somalia.
Watch more. Follow all this SG stream. Yeah. So. All right. So.
I've just been notified I've been fired.
Yeah, that's right. So I feel bad because we've been bantering, you know, in a jovial style. There was a bow.
That's big.
Lo malo para Sasas es que no tiene mids, entonces no puede checar Smith Chain, ni tampoco Hammer Pets. Cosa que Andy, si viene a esa zona, sí lo va a poder hacer.
I regret this immediately.
Got him. All right, so
I'm glad everyone got to see your little dance, by the way,
no problem,
on the camera.
So
the little Langs dance.
Yeah, it's very leprechaun-esque. So
nunca hay nada excepto cuando sí.
Andy is cleaning. I know what I am. Andy is cleaning up checks here.
Pieza de corazón.
He doesn't need anything else out here. He just
that's
no
like,
sirve.
I would just. I tend to be a pretty regressive player, where it's just like because I'm obviously done. I'm just like I got new thing. Let's do new thing.
Right.
Like so.
A ver, ¿dónde están las Power Bombs? Las Alpha Power Bombs, que si no me recuerdo es así. El check. Y basura y basura. A Fantasma póngale unas chinas para que entienda.
And then he'll be able to turn it in very efficiently when he's going over to Eastern and Pod, and he'll just be able to mirror between the two when he gets that bow. So
Bueno,
yeah, Andy's like set up really
Stompy
good.
nos
Even though
da
his
ropa
game
azul.
stuff, like quote unquote earlier, Andy's gonna go stuff his play.
Cueva 45 no me fijé que había. Probablemente nada.
And yeah, so Andy's just in a really good spot because he's gonna come down here. I would be surprised. If he goes to Meridia, then I'm really surprised. I think that's a bit much.
A Fantasma póngale sus dragoncitas y él ya le va a entender todo. A ver, Hype, ¿qué nos tienes aquí?
He's gonna get his bow. We're gonna see Pod and Eastern. I think Pod was a pendant. No, it's not. Okay, they're both.
Tercera espada. Bastante útil ya que vamos a pelear contra Helmasaur, Ice Rod, Ice Beam, la capa y las aletas. En el check de capa aún no lo hemos visto.
Well, hold on. So what are we missing now?
So we're missing Ice
Rod.
Yeah.
We're missing.
Do you need high jump?
Ice Beam. No, es que
Someone help me, please. No.
dije Ice Rod porque me equivoqué.
Oh, perfect. Awesome. Great. So now I can talk about the thing I know.
Pirámide, después Spot.
He has the items that he has. He thinks he has to be following this logic here. He's going to go check Pyramid. He might go to Catfish.
Qué interesante, se guardó. Ahí Andy se guardó el Speed Booster para usarlo ahí.
He's checking the Pyramid, and possibly he just goes to Pod and full clears Pod just to see what it.
Well, yeah, I think so, but I'm just saying, what are we? Yeah,
what are we actually looking for here?
Yeah, we're actually looking for. I mean,
Pirámides, upgrade de flechas. Andy va a conseguir su segunda espada aquí. Las tres espadas estuvieron en lugares. Bueno, la tercera espada estuvo en un lugar bastante conveniente. Ok, va a ser Catfish, el que lo va a juntar con la Catarata y Sora bastante bien por parte de asazas, ya que tiene la flauta, entonces puede ir en cualquier momento a Pot y hacer Easter. Aún así, creo que Andy tiene mayor ventaja que asazas, más que nada por sus movimientos. Y bueno, él sí hizo la quick kill de Crate.
They're going to swap spots, and they're going to be checking all the same stuff, and we're going to get nothing new to talk about. So
that's true.
Really get this in here. So, right.
That is true.
I do appreciate. So this is a pretty out of the way check, and that's just an energy tank. And I'm still trying to grasp something for Stasis to find over here that makes it bad for Andy. Yeah, I mean,
the best thing to be like. I always say the best thing you can do is.
Pues asazas va a checar la catarata. No sé si vaya a lanzar la botella para conseguir refill de magia verde. No lo va a hacer. Los furros dicen que eso no es furro, pero la gente que no es furra dice que sí es furro, entonces da igual. Nunca vas a quedar bien con la gente. Porque los furros te van a decir, te van a ver feo porque te van a decir que eso no es furro, y la gente que no es furra te va a decir, te van a ver mal porque piensan que son furros. Para los furros, bueno, perdón, para los no furros les da igual, todos, cualquier cosa que tenga que ver con no sea 100% humano, eres furro. Les da igual que sean dragonas, pájaros, etcétera, etcétera.
Yeah, I think Azaz's saving grace is that there's just so much stuff over there, right? Like he's locked out of Swamp, he's locked out of Turtle. Well, he's maybe locked out of Turtle that Fire Rod. He's locked out of he's not really gonna want to do Dark Death Mountain without the hook shot, right?
Te lo digo porque ya lo he hecho. Yo juego con mi deck de dragoncitas y me dicen que soy furro. Que dicen deck furro. Y es como que, okay.
But he's gonna get back there. He's gonna do the dungeons right, and then he's probably gonna get back there. Hopefully, I mean, I think the worst case scenario is he does Meridia before going back.
Yeah.
And you can say, like, oh, well, Ice Rod could be there. But the problem is that Andy will do Meridia sooner than later. Like, he needs it to be kind of off the path and let them kind of
Andy va a checar Montaña Oscura. Es algo que Asazas no puede revisar aún. Y Asazas va a entregar el pendiente verde, aprovechando que está aquí. Upgrade de flechas.
That'd be bad to pay. Yeah, it's one of those situations like just because Azaz gets it first is not necessarily good for him at this point.
Right.
If it's just like
Fantasma es furro de closet.
Staring there, like
you got to roll over it at some point, right?
It's got to be somewhere Andy's not going to do for a bit. And unfortunately, right now, he's doing Azaz is doing all the just like obvious checks. So if he finds Ice Rod here, that's good for Andy.
Right.
Despite the fact that his opponent gets it first.
Right, but he's doing all these things right now that
Super Bonnie, solo hay mucho amor. Nada de progresión. Y primer cofre de pot, ¿qué nos tienes? Una llave pequeña. Pues eso no es Bowlock, aunque ya tenemos el arco. No vi que Medallón era Torture Rock. Y el tracker dice que es justamente lo que ya tiene Andy. Plasma Beam, muy útil, es el arma con mayor daño en el juego de Super Metroid. Y las botas. Eso sí va a ser mucha ventaja para Andy en comparación de Asazas. Va a poder ir a los lados mucho más rápido que lo que hace Asazas. Andy va a checar tumba del rey, Bone Rocks y probablemente la parte de atrás de escape.
Okay.
that is the moon, is Shack Tool.
Right, so I mean...
Shack Tool is the only reason you ever check Shack Tool is you have to take a bathroom break.
Right.
And it's like, I might as well get a check-in while I'm going to the bathroom.
So I mean, the only other ways that, like, the outside choices that this can be, like, so what if, like, Ice Rod's on the one space jump spot, right, over by GT.
Yeah. Like, that's true. If Ice
Rod... the second of his day if that happens.
Yeah, if Ice Rod is, like... I mean, the only place that Space Jump actually locks is that GT missile.
Bone Rocks, me interrumpías.
There, then it becomes a Space Jump hunt. And
hey, todavía no va a checar escape.
No.
Va a checar Lumberjack.
How do you remember all this stuff?
Well, see, there's this little program here, right?
It doesn't say it doesn't say that Space Jump is on library on that.
I'm trying to help you, bud. All right. So
y Lumberjack nos tiene. Eso es Varia. La expresión de Andy. La expresión de Andy es como que, ¿por qué estás aquí?
Andy's kind of going through these gyrations here. Like, that's not like... If I was in Andy's shoe, I would see that I was like, well, I didn't really care about Varia. Like, if Ice Rod pops up anywhere, like, I might be going like, oh, well... But that really makes me go like, okay,
Varia Suite no es lo que te permite resistir al calor. La parte de Norfair son salas calientes. Y no hablemos del Lower Norfair, que son todos salas calientes.
Ice Rod in Lower Norfair, or even Upper Norfair, but like, because definitely Hell Running Lower Norfair without...
you can Hell Run it in Go mode and it's not that bad, but if you're trying to make checks, it becomes increasingly more dangerous.
It becomes increasingly more...
La cosa es que ya pueden hacer Agas, si lo quieren hacer. Sí se puede completar, pero tienes que ser bastante bueno y tener muchos tanks.
I mean, at this point, I see that, I'm just like, okay, this is a Hell Run state. Which, honestly, for semifinals, if I could plan to a semifinals or final match, I would put Varia.
Porque si tienes que ir a matar a Ridley, es una pelea muy complicada porque es una sala caliente y vas a perder constantemente daño. No, Asazas no ha visto Lumberjack.
To full clear Lower Norfair. It's right here. You could take 5 minutes to get it, or you could just
probablemente
just pull up the boots.
Van a querer estar buscando más tanks y no tener que hacer Aga así, para no tener que hacer Aga. y así no conseguir ese varias sweep.
You're here for it? Okay, fine.
Yeah,
fine.
I'm absolutely here for it.
All right, so nothing really of any excellence out here in pod on the side. We know we know there's not.
I mean, it's still
much
just
over
this
here.
ice rod.
Yeah, we know there's nothing really over.
Esta sala de pot, al final Andy la va a hacer más rápida. Todo Thief Town lo va a hacer más rápido con Andy. Aquí va a estar ganando más tiempo por esas botas.
It's good of him to do that in the game where you need to do the dungeons, right?
First, do the dungeons first.
Okay.
I asked him to do this. I immediately regret it.
Sí, aquí le va a estar ganando bastantes segundos en esas zonas. Aparte, Andy puede checar Smith Chain en caso de que lo requiera, igual que Hammer Pets.
Upper Norfair, maybe I put off the lower Norfair a little bit. If high jump or screw attack would be amazing. Like screw attacks makes those hell runs so much easier. Plasma is pretty, to me, for lower Norfair hell runs.
Ahora sí sería de que asazas encuentre un ítem en el que Andy no vaya pronto.
A little bit nicer to have. It really makes it pretty free.
So I mean, is there a world where he just decides to just go to Aghanim and kill Aghanim, get the Varia?
Yeah, the world where he's not any good. I mean, well, I am making fun of him a little, but like, if you're in the semifinals and you see Varia there, you're just like, I'm hell running. Like, I'm just not getting that. The only way you do it is like, it's
17 golpes al casco de Helmasaur.
We're not going to today, and it's just like,
y después 4 golpes con la Temperate.
He's only looking for one thing, right? So he can just go to Ridley, do that, and then check on the way back, kind of thing. We do need to kill.
And like it's probably pretty likely that
no creo que vuelva de momento.
Which will be a lot comfier.
So here's a better question, and I don't
probablemente después de Easter quiera volver.
Do we know what's on Ridley in terms of pendant or so I don't think we do.
Porque incluso Andy puede terminar Thief Town, puede terminar Pot, Easter, puede ir a Ispalas y terminarlo, puede ir a la zona de Missile Mayer y revisar qué medallón ocupa.
So Ridley's required.
Ridley is required, so he's going to be one of those things. All right, so.
Yeah, it's either I don't think we have enough boss information. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we just have
buen texto de Blind, no lo he visto.
This is now Duck's counting stream.
Yeah, well, sorry, my eyes aren't good. It's tiny.
No, I just want to make sure that we're kind of because now we're going to start lining up what actually we're going to need to destroy.
You need to kill.
Ridley's going to need to go.
Ridley and Dragon are hard required. We know that because we have our 3 pendants, and that's all that really matters. I'm not entirely sure. Do we might have a second red crystal somewhere? We have the 2 red crystals. No, we have Turtle Rock and.
I think both the reds are.
Yeah, Turtle Rock and Pod. So it doesn't matter. So. It really doesn't. Like I said, there may be some minor routing efficiencies, like I can kill Mother Brain a little early, but nah, it's not a big deal. We are seeing our return to Eastern here after Pod.
La única ventaja que tiene Asazas y que no tiene Andy son las Silvers, porque Andy no fue por ellas.
He's going to have to do this, and then he's going to have to start trying to think what Aziz thinks that he can even check from here. Is he going to
Estaba en la cueva dentro de Spectacle Rock.
I mean, I'm so much of a full loop Brinstar player that I'm not in this situation a lot.
No es mucho.
The only thing,
pero por ejemplo, Armos los matas rápido, Beatrus lo vas a matar rápido también, a Ganon incluso.
I'm just not in this situation very often, so like I don't know like how much like I skipped blue Brinstar is really weighing on. And now you could like kind of route it in together, and I think the other thing is Asazas doesn't have. Where was Speed? I'm trying to remember.
Speed Booster was on it's on the Moat.
Oh, Moat. Right. And Asazas does. Yeah, actually, I wouldn't be surprised to see Wreck Ship.
Yeah, Wreck Ship might be the next play. I mean, that'll Wreck Ship.
Yeah, probably still putting off Meridian because we can't.
Y Armos solo tienen upgrade de bombas. Andy haciendo Smith Chain junto con Hammer Pets.
Do you really go that way?
Yeah, like I said, like I don't.
Right. I mean,
so I don't know. I'm not in this position very often. To me, it would kind of weigh in my mind a little bit, but I don't know. I think if I was in Azaza's shoes, I would be thinking Meridia probably. Yeah. Maybe Wreck Ship. I'm like, again, I just tend to play it. I tend to do Wreck Ship.
Bueno, expansión de misiles.
We get it. You're up here and you would never be deigned.
That's not what I'm saying.
I'm busting with you. So Asazas, I'm trying to hope that Asazas goes.
The only thing I'm up here about is height. Thanks to you. The little guild that you got going on.
Hey, this is fantastic.
Who designed the toilets here?
Yeah.
Apparently.
Whoa, wait. This is a nice venue. We want to be invited back.
The toilets, like,
Interesante que Asazas venga aquí arriba, por esta zona por arriba.
Besides that, the Hilton is lovely.
Creo que si usas una Porbon, puedes romper lo que está al lado. Bueno, Asazas va a encontrar... Bueno, no, olvídalo.
I'm the one getting swatted. I am the swatee.
All right, now we're getting some new checks.
Yes,
on Andy's side, and Asazas is kind of going back down from red tower from.
You're gonna see the red tower. We could see a left-hand turn here back to Brendan. That's kind of weird though. Probably just going red tower down.
No sé.
Meridian.
La verdad no sé.
Or just.
Well, so it would be weird to go to Meridian because he already went that way. So.
Espero que nomás venga a revisar sus 2 checks y después se vaya con Phantom.
There's a lot. Like there's no flute or anything in SM, right? So there's only like 2 spots you really can start.
¿Qué había con Smith? Con los Smiths. No había nada, ¿verdad?
So if you were just going purely to Meridian, it'd be faster to come in from Norfair. But because he's got the red tower checks hanging, he's like, oh, I'll just do these on the way.
Yeah.
And it's very efficient. So.
Okay.
So nada. Okay.
He's doing the Smith sequence, so he's kind of covering the same ground that Asazas did earlier, but he's able to do it just a little more efficiently, or a little more thoroughly. I'd say.
Yeah,
none of these things pan out.
Turbo 45 y es.
If
y Stompy ya lo vimos.
It's a disaster for.
It's at that point.
Ya Asazas cometiendo muchos errores aquí. Tienes Icebeam, congélalos.
Yeah.
Andy's a very good player, but like it happens to every very good player that like. You just die.
Tienes Icebeam, Asazas, por favor, congélalos ya. Si no te salió el damage boost, mejor congélalos.
Really is way harder than Ganon in a Hell run. So.
Yeah, and a death in Super Metroid is so much more punishing.
Yeah, because that save portal from Ridley is like 2 minutes away.
Yeah.
Or maybe not 2 minutes, but it's like a minute away. Plus the Ridley fight could last another like, well, in a Hell run, it can't really last that long in 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you will just die. But so, yeah, like each attempt is like 2-3 minutes. Like if you just sort of like miss
Andy que va a encontrar su tercera espada, sus flippers y su capa, que lo más seguro es que vaya a terminar Swamp Palace de una vez, ya que está aquí. Porque es algo que puede completarlo y Swamp Palace es requerido. Porque es la de Crate, si no me recuerdo.
Now he's only 1 from go.
And he knows where Varia is, and I don't know if Asazas knows where Varia is.
Does not. I don't believe. I've mostly been watching Andy's because Andy's kind of like gotten to the checks first, and Asazas has been following up a little bit, so it's pretty easy for me to miss some of those things.
I guess also to be noted, I don't think that Andy mirrored out to grab Space Jump, so I don't think that he...
Okay, buen Speed Booster para Asazas. Voy a pasar esta zona de aquí. Cofre púrpura, me imagino que no tiene nada por el tracker.
Agreed.
Yes.
This is just the bumbling clowns over here and the real professional to our left. So, all right.
The literal silent partner.
Yeah. So right now we're just kind of rechecking. So it's gonna go Wreck Ship. The only thing over here in Wreck Ship was Kane of Samaria, which is not gonna do much.
Voy a pasar.
But again, it's just.
El problema de Speed Booster es que si high jumps no saltas tanto. Ahí por fin pudo salir Asazas.
This is new. Yeah.
He's doing this while he's here, so
I would have. I was actually surprised Asazas didn't do this. Oh, the hook shot. Right. Yeah. So this is new.
Yeah. This is gonna be tough. For Andy, do you full clear this? You probably just kind of check all the checks.
Llave grande de Swamp Palace. Mejor temprano que tarde.
He's been playing a very efficient, more like just a heavy check everything. So maybe he kind of just goes checks left side as well.
I think I'm on Andy's shoes.
Not often. Yeah.
Okay. I think I do left side here just because like. Everything has kind of been coming up roses for Andy. Like, there was the early horridness, right? So like I said, when that happens, you never feel good about it. But like, it was so bad, and like Andy's very experienced, and like I think Andy's pretty good at like, getting into his opponent's head. It's like, my opponent probably did that too, so he's probably feeling pretty good. So he might think, like, I have the time to burn to do the left side swamp. Just play a little conservatively here. So we'll see. I mean, a lot of
Antún
times
mal
it depends. Like, is there
escrito.
one over there? Is there two over there? Is there three over there? Like, if there's three, there's 0. I can't imagine him skipping it.
Molesto jefe que puede ser difícil o fácil dependiendo del equipamiento que tengas.
The pedestal things. We don't know what Meyer Medallion is yet, and he hasn't checked. So it's possible that
there could
be a second item needed here.
Sorry, like, the other thing about doing so many of these, like, I'm getting seed bleed from my seed.
Andy que se dirige para la parte de atrás. Creo que no ha salido ningún mapa o compás, entonces puede que todos los ítems estén de camino al boss.
So everything we said in the last 20 minutes has been wrong.
That happens often. It's gonna be happening a lot with the art.
Libro y una rupia.
I was crying. I'm sorry. Was that a? I thought I saw yellow. I didn't know if that was another medallion.
I didn't see.
It's not lit up
No.
again, so
Thank
I'm
you,
assuming
crowd.
no.
Yeah. All right. It's not that fast. Come on.
Ok, salió el mapa, entonces hay un ítem en el lado izquierdo.
Andy's gonna head over to finish this dungeon out. Fantoon on the left side, so I'm assuming it says this is gonna just basically full clear the rest of Wreck Ship.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there is. It'd be really weird to do it at this point since he's kind of running out of stuff to do. But there is the skip the top of Wreck Ship play. That is a kind of a meta thing to do if you're trying to be aggressive. But in this situation where he's running low on checks, that's pretty aggressive.
Yeah, because we're an hour and 40 in.
And he's setting up the 0 cycle, by the way. And wow, gets it. Yeah, that was really close. Nicely done.
Todas las palomitas destruidas por parte de Andy. Ya solo falta Argus.
Excellent link to the past players. And actually both showing a lot of
Que nos da un E-Tank.
Especially as Stazes is expecting, like, I mean, Andy's been running this game for years, right? And Stazes like basically just picked this up for Randomizer and doing a really excellent job.
Y va a revisar el lado izquierdo. Interesante.
Is it faster than that? I'm out of the loop. This is not.
I think it's a higher 125. I mean, irrelevant.
Oh, did he join the Cut Duck Club? There's a long and luscious club at this point.
The numbers are getting higher every day.
Yeah.
Tree is just the door's wide open.
Yeah. I mean, but from execute, like, they're pretty close on like the past execution. And he does have a little bit of an edge in SM though. So
he's been doing it for a long time, and he kind of showed that a little bit.
Un upgrade de capacidad de bombas que ya sabíamos.
It's tough because when your execution is this close.
Yeah.
Y el Charge Beam estaba en el lado derecho de la nave hundida y Somalia en la parte superior derecha.
Beautiful Autobahn highway, just all of his options laid out before him, and it says it's just sweating, like looking for last location in these checks. Like
that definitely happens in SMZ more than any of the other randoms, where it's just like you watch two players and it's just like you can't believe this is the same seed. Like they're not even.
Asazas que va a guardar por si no hay nada y sabemos que si hay algo puede resetear sin problemas.
I feel bad because Asazas is going to have some of the experience like where if you had a seed like Asazas has on the left side, you would be telling anyone you could possibly tell about the bad beat that you're having. Where Andy is just like,
I'm just going to get up and move.
I can hang out, Link Force could jump on. We could have a little more fun.
You could probably recite my seeds better than I can at this point that I've had this week.
Yeah, lot of angry talks, a lot of movement.
Yeah, we went over. It's the stand from Monkey Island when I get angry. Just doing one of these.
It just roll you to the bar. Get this man a PBR and put him down for a nap.
Lado izquierdo, veamos si hay algo importante.
Not a lot of sleep going
La
on.
pieza de corazón y parece que había dos ítems aquí.
This whole week. It's been a ton of fun. If you haven't gotten a chance to
Y una tank, que el E-Tank le viene bastante bien a Andy.
Yeah, I've been running a single thing all week and I'm having an absolute blast. So, come down and support. You can be part of the sweet crowd over here.
You hear that.
Y como tiene el libro, puede checar la tableta de bombos.
All right, so Andy's
my time to shine, crowd,
not the peasants. Come on, you can't do that. All right, so now we're looking. So we have reserve tanks over here. Andy's done.
Tanque de reserva que
So
No es lo que quiere, pero les va a salir útil.
Ice Rod is still not there.
Yeah.
It looks like Andy's gonna go probably do the full pod clear here.
Yeah, the full.
Y aquí va a ser la misma strat de asazas, de entregar pendiente verde y pot y Easter.
We've seen all this stuff, so there's not gonna be much new. They're also kind of also in a place where it's like we know exactly what they're doing for the next 10 minutes. So
yeah. So I just get to make fun of you for 10 minutes. This is
why
this
I brought
is a
you.
dream.
This is why I brought you on.
This is the dream.
I've always like hey Lynx, we should do commentary, and then I'm expecting like our normal banter, and then I get professional Lynx.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh right, I forgot about professional Lynx.
See,
like you're
just business Lynx.
Yeah, business Lynx. It's like this is not.
Like, I like to have business, and I like to jab you just every once in a while, but not give you a chance to respond. That's
the Boston's businessman. The handshake stat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's been passed down to my family for generations. Now,
Asazas consiguió su sumaria. Birna rojo.
Like I said, Hardwired had to come here. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's not the huge mountainous pile of tracts of land.
Sí.
There's no runway opening up.
Yeah,
there's
7 cristales en caso de Link to the Past y los 4 jefes en Super Metroid. La cosa es que Ridley puede que no tenga nada y sea un pendiente. Entonces no tiene caso ir por él.
They had Yingling there and it wasn't in Georgia yet, so I'd go buy it from there. Yeah,
that's actually nice. It's the oldest beer in America or something like that.
Yeah.
This is a welcome to your
ya que el último cambio que recuerdo que hicieron fue los jefes de Super Metroid estuvieran aleatorios junto con Link to the Past.
He doesn't know it yet, but like it's still potential in his mind. It's potentially a Hell Run seed, right? So you still want those power bombs. Like
Asazas casi se olvida hacer el check de la parte superior.
Both our runners here are going to attempt these Hell Runs because, like, spending 5 minutes on Aga just to get Varia is. Well, I can't use those words, but it's not a pro gamer move.
Yeah, not a professional.
Whatever the opposite of pro gamer is, it's that kind of move to go pick up Varia.
Yeah. It's like Andy had to come out here and swag.
This better be a 15 blue ball seed too, like just to punish you for picking up. It's like, oh, here's your heat suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wanted it. Here you go, 15 blue balls.
This poor guy, he just wants to have a nice, safe hell run.
Yeah, exactly.
He just wants us to go down there, pick up his
items. I'm fine. I'm fine with him picking as many. I'm just saying, if you pick up Varia,
de nuevo el bowling.
So if he finds his Go mode item, he's definitely just gonna send it, right? There's no reason.
Well, yeah, I mean, right now, like 6 E-tanks and at least 1 reserve. That is not enough.
Yeah, that's
definitely. I think Zenny can barely do that, and with all respect to these runners, neither of them are shiny Zenny. Zenny is on another level to pretty much all of us. So
professional players, that
yeah, definitely excellent. Yeah, definitely gonna want. And like the thing is, like, the super fight for. It's actually harder than RBO because RBO there's 2 E-tanks down there that we know about, right? Like I know I can get a refill at Firefleet, and I know I can get one after Ridley.
Right.
And
este check donde están los Arturitos, ya sabemos que no había nada.
Like SM Random even like it's at least gonna be missiles or power.
Y tampoco hay nada en esta parte de aquí.
At all in Hellrun. Obviously, it's to a different game altogether.
Right.
De hecho, por como están hechos los pendientes, Ridley sí es requerido.
Yeah, I know. Where's Fred? He would have gotten it.
So I hate.
Porque Crate es pendiente verde, Skullwoods es pendiente y Desert Palace es pendiente.
For a Hell Run to be perfectly like reasonable, how many E-tanks is it going to be necessary for that? You think?
I would say like generally like at least 8. I mean, the one thing is nice in RBO. You don't have like space jump down here already, so. Having space jump makes it a lot faster compared to what you need for RBO. The main thing is honestly the ammo cap, which I was trying to say before, is so you want really 30
falta mucho para estar en Go mode.
30 supers for Ridley because it's so much more. And then you really need like a pre-Ridley, unless you just have like 14 E-tanks. You need like a pre-Ridley Crystal Flash and a post-Ridley Crystal Flash.
Yeah.
So when you do that math, that's 50.
Ahora viene, ¿qué planea hacer ahora Asazas? Ahora puede revisar el lado superior derecho de esta zona de crateria.
I'd be perfectly happy.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, if I got 1 more E-tank, I'd probably try it.
It's starting to sound like just killing Agadem.
Luego va a checar el bomb Torizo.
Absolutely, it takes 5 minutes. How'd you get to that conclusion?
Where are you getting these E-tanks? Where you just jug
O el
them?
chorizo de bomba,
Just show
quieren
up. Like,
decir.
we have a whole scene to do still. We're gonna run into E-tanks. Yeah, no, if you have to like literally,
Que asazas que como agarró el ítem tiene que pelear con ese enemigo.
We didn't find a single more E-tank or a single more super.
Yeah, there's no more left. It's
Que aquí iba a perder un poco de tiempo ya que Andy no lo hizo.
Find one more super and 2 more E-tanks.
Okay.
And honestly, like 45 supers is honestly enough because Ridley will drop you some supers. You'll get some drops. Like it'll be probably okay. And then you can mix in some missiles to supplement that. So yeah, like 45 is definitely enough. Like 50 is ideal. Okay. Is what I should say.
Fair enough. There's an interesting play on the left side here. It says back to the actually.
Escape de ahí atrás no le salió. Ahí está el segundo intento.
Oh yeah, you could just kind of let it go and walk out, right? So that might be like an unfamiliarity with.
Yeah,
maybe thought he was locked in there. Maybe I don't know.
If you talk to the Super Metroid runners, like every Metro, like Super Metroid Rando, Varia, Chozo, like they all have like different rules about when that guy wakes up, and like it's like, well, if you have bombs, if you don't have bombs, if you like pick it up, or if you don't, it's just like
just
everyone is different. Like, can you guys just pick one and stick with it, please? Like,
yeah.
So yeah, some again like as this, definitely doesn't play nearly as much. So yeah, that's just unfamiliar.
Helmazor, o King Helmazor más bien. Nada, bastante fácil. Y este check también puede ser los astas.
He's nearly as good as Andy, if not like almost on par. And because in random setting,
me pregunto si quería hacerlo con el Speed Booster o no.
If he puts and uses that bottle,
lo va a hacer, pero lo malo es que va a romper esto e inmediatamente se regenera, entonces tiene que salir de la manera lenta.
No.
Was that Wednesday? It might have been Wednesday.
Andy, que ya terminó pot y ahora se dirige a Easter.
I wouldn't touch it. So Asazas is out here, kind of finishing up some of these. Like, where else could he go? Like, he has no real other.
He's getting stuff now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right here.
Yeah. It's gonna take him a little bit. So now.
Pero con la diferencia de que ahora tienen el mismo número de mazmorras, pero eso va a aumentar por parte de Andy. Andy le va a ganar por una a Asazas cuando termine esta.
This late, not a single facial expression, nothing, giving up absolutely nothing to Andy right now.
Yeah.
So he's heading down. He's gonna end up getting his collection of items, which is gonna open up all the things he already basically did. It's like.
Asazas se elige a ALTTP. En el lado izquierdo había Ether, que no se había revisado ese check de ahí. Porque es importante, ya que Ether es para Totorok. En este check y en el que sigue había nada. Los importantes son en la parte superior.
We'll actually probably see. Yeah, so actually, I kind of completely forgot about Azaz is probably going to do Waterway here too. Waterway would be the squid from space for Azaz, that would just like hand him the win, especially because Andy.
Ya. ¿Por qué semifuro? Es mi pregunta ahora. ¿Por qué las dragonas son consideradas semifurras? Hookshot y Fire Rod aquí.
Finally a reaction out of Asazas. Let's get a little smirk for finding the fire.
Yeah,
it's like he's kind of like, oh, I could have checked this.
I feel like when you like
ago,
one major item, no reaction. 2 major items, maybe a little. The third one, like you got to at least like wink or something. I don't know.
El experto.
A little bit.
Yeah, at 126 when you could have had that a long time, but that's not a good feeling. So
hay espaldas por parte de Andy, que es realmente bastante razonable.
He found him perfectly. Absolutely.
And he's the opposite of Stone. He has expressions for everything.
Porque la Forzona es un hombre. What?
Ether was down here too.
That is true. Yeah, this has been.
There was so much other good stuff that just Ether wasn't even. Oh, and we keep forgetting that we need the Meyer medallion.
¿Qué? Dice semifurro porque uno dijo no furro. Demasiado furro en el chat.
So
just rather let us like hang out to dry and just see what happens. Like
it is interesting. So I wonder if Andy plans to take the Meyer area and wrap it into Lower Norfolk.
We are getting more weight here, by the way. This is potentially.
Bueno, Asazas consiguió su ítem y va a checar este check de aquí donde está el agua, que no recuerdo cómo se llama.
Yeah, a medallion would be less good just because it might not be the one, and it's missiles.
Todos son misiles.
Well, that goes out of.
Yeah, well, that's great.
Like I said,
Andy,
that would be a hard way to lose this match for Andy. Like just.
Eso es cierto, no hay nada media. O eres furro o no eres furro.
Like I said, the scout is kind of anti-meta because it hard orphans that, and the scout is so slow. Yeah. Right. It's really those two things. If it just orphaned it, like, and it was just like literally like a frame, of course you'd scout it.
It just seems like there's so many of those locations in.
Yeah.
Para ver si se patea, fantasma o no se patea.
Right. So it's like
there's actually like Waterway is one of the very few locations that gets orphaned in Super Metroid. It doesn't really have the link to the past problems. Like
Asazas, ahora ¿dónde se dirigirá? ¿Irá a Link to the Past a terminar las mazmorras y a checar Montaña Oscura? ¿O irá a Norfair? Malla roja por parte de Andy. No lo necesita, pero no viene mal.
When you go to, I think earlier Ace did where it's like Cathedral got left because he had speed booster. So right, so there's certain items that it's like you go there and like you're missing the
Incluso puede ir a derrotar a Dragon ahora.
Yeah. Cathedral's another one that gets orphaned by choice just because it's so fast to go through Frog Speedway. So, but like Waterway is the only one that like the game sort of forces you to orphan without at least the scout. Everything else is at least scoutable, so you know about it.
Eso es lo que va a hacer en este momento. Quería derrotar a Dragon y checar estos checks debajo del agua. Lamentablemente, si High Jump Boots, esto es bastante lento. No va a cargar el Speed Booster. Va primero a revisar el ítem.
And that's happened like 2 or 3 times. So, you know. Yeah. But yeah, especially watching 2 play, and I'm right now with Azazas being the first in Meridia, which is a huge location. I am definitely watching that
Tomaria.
now.
Okay, yeah, so
No requerido y 20 rupias. Si se ocupa un ítem de invencibilidad, ya tienen uno que es la capa. Y para Andy tampoco hubo nada importante. 20 rupias en el cofre grande. Y ya va directo por el boss. Mamá Tortuga va a buscar magia que no tiene suficiente. Un check de Mamá Tortuga, 20 rupias. Y el segundo check, otras 20 rupias.
Jump velocity curve that's programmed to it is god awful. It's definitely a skill that takes some getting used to. Like you'll see some very good SM runners who
El siguiente tema a discutir sería ¿fantasmas furro de closet? ¿Sí o no?
They look not very good anymore. Like, no other way to phrase it, but
just chaos.
Yeah, it's a very weird item
Casi
set.
casi le puede salir extra del doble poke para poder cargar el spin y derrotar al Goldster.
So Andy cleaning up Ice Palace, getting absolutely nothing really. I mean, it's Red Mail great.
Yeah,
he screwed up the combo a little bit, but I mean, with Red Mail, Coldster's a lot less dangerous. And then and so Asazas is over here in Meridia, so he can't. The only thing he's
ahora Andy por 2 mazmorras adelante que Asazas.
Yeah. Does he? He also doesn't have. So, we have plasma on Andy's side. Oh no, Azaz he does have plasma too, but it auto switched to Spazer.
Right.
And he just never switched it back. You need either
bastante útiles
or
siempre.
Plasma
to check. Okay.
For logically, there's also you could do short charges and you can also do pseudo screws of charge.
Okay.
So, aquí Asazas puede recuperar un poco más de tiempo porque Andy va a hacer esos checks que ya hizo Asazas.
That would also be another very good location for Asazas because that's something that's commonly skipped. Although by the time Andy gets to it, he's going to be pretty low. So, you know, if Andy still hasn't found anything at that point, he will probably
he'll be scrounging through those checks. Huh?
Yeah.
La cosa es,
Even Plasma, when we
con
get like
esos
300
mids,
checks left, is
con ese
pretty
hookshot
big
y con
threat.
ese
Bold,
Fire
bold
Rock,
Yeah,
strategy.
bold was a
va a querer ir a
strategy
hacer
for
mazmorras
days.
en vez de ir a la
This is
montaña
also up the
oscura,
street,
que es
collect some
donde
bots,
está las botas.
Go kill Dragon, make these checks, and
Oh,
the Ice Rod is here.
Yeah, so again, it's kind of what
Okay,
I'm saying.
Ice Rod.
It's certainly nice for
Tal vez,
Azaz to find that first.
bueno, no,
We
es
still
que
need
no
to know.
creo.
So
Puede que el Ice Rod lo
potentially go mode
incite
if
ir a la montaña
Fire is
oscura que
here.
terminar Turtle Rock.
Andy seems
What
to
is
be-
what is Azaz's knowledge here? I think so Azaz doesn't know Turtle Rocks. Yeah,
Curioso, pensé que Asazas sí iba a guardar
Azaz is in a situation where he
para
might
poder
be in go
checar
mode if he
estos
can
dos
A,
chicks
hit
de
the
aquí,
Howrons, B, Turtle Rock,
pero
and
no es
C,
así.
Measuring
Que
Minds are
Andy sí
all,
va a ser Haga.
are all ether, right? So
Sí quiere
the
ese
problem is he
varias
doesn't have any
suite.
of this knowledge because he hasn't gone yet. So he's just gonna. I think he's just gonna leave here.
Yeah. Well, once he makes these checks, so
Yeah, I mean, make these checks. I mean, you're leaving. You
Yeah.
can see. You're gonna, like, I mean, at this point, the thing he's hoping for more. Well, besides him and down, I think he's hoping for most is energy tanks.
right.
Is the thing.
Mal
he wants
lugar
to
para
go mode.
congelar al
Looks like Andy's
Or
gonna-
ese
Varia.
a
He
esos
doesn't
mini
know about-
He
dragons.
doesn't know about Varia.
He doesn't know about
And Andy's
Varia.
making this play right now, so he's going to do Ag.
Andy, no,
But like, so think about this, right? So
no. I'm
Just
not gonna think. No.
I am gonna
No.
play. You know what? You just continue. Link Force and I will talk amongst ourselves.
I'm never talking to this man.
Esta zona de aquí es
All right,
bastante
so
Why would you do this?
enfadosa con la arena cayendo.
I mean, you
I
might as well-
don't get this.
If you
at
think
all.
you're gonna get it done, you just get it done, right? Like you would do it now because do you think that honestly does he think that his opponent is going to be doing a hell run? He doesn't have the energy to do it now, so it's going to cost him more time to go get. You don't have the energy tanks now. You might as well do it.
But you got Meridia to do right now. Like, why not do? And that's where the thing is. Like, I mean, like,
Hey.
it's true.
it just feels like such a weird time to be.
Asazas no va a ir por Raygon todavía.
Like, you could still do upper north because it's normal, right? So that Varia
Lo
could mean.
cual se me
so in hard
hace
mode, it only means
interesante.
lower Norfair, right? But if it's in normal, it means if you're thinking that okay, Varia is the signpost,
Yeah.
right? It could just
Probablemente va a ir a montaña oscura teniendo Ice Rock
like you have all this,
y el
you go
hookshot
finish the rest of the
y
game. There's a bunch of items in Turtle Rock.
los mids.
You know, maybe there's an energy tank there or something. Like this is just
Malditos Red Rock, Death Rocks,
Bamboozling you.
muy
Now, if it was
molestos.
anybody other than Andy, would you be so mad right now? Probably not.
anyone.
Would you have done it?
Would I? No, absolutely not. If I was playing the seed, there's zero chance I would ever get that Varia. Zero.
Oh my goodness, that is
Zero chance.
I feel like that's your pride talking here.
Yeah,
so.
like the amount of health and energy is like I said, it's borderline, but it's certainly doable. Like
Yeah,
so, no,
but-
I'm not picking up that Varia at all.
I think the way they
I might be going to like upper Norfair now at this point, and I'm definitely delaying. Like I don't want to be full clearing it, looking for the ice rod.
That's fair.
But yeah, there's zero chance I ever get the.
Death Rocks
Varia.
molestando, tapando
I'll say
caminos
now,
como
he's,
siempre.
Going to be getting some of that information we need. He's going to be checking on probably the Death Mountain here. He's going to find out what Turtle Rock's medallion is. He's going to be getting
Una bola azul por parte de Andy.
on a and boots and plasma, I believe, are the two items.
Oh
that
yeah,
are,
it was the anti Andy spot.
Yeah,
right, for the boots.
yeah. So
No sé si va solo una bola azul o van más. Ya he contado una de momento.
and then I'm not really sure where he's going to go after that. So if
Oh, if he doesn't go to Norfair, then like this is I don't know why you do this. Like, yeah, he's gonna get this and go to lower Norfair.
it's very. I mean, so he hasn't done really any of upper or lower Norfair. So there's like a lot of items out there that he could.
Yeah, I mean, so
Anta primero a Turtle Rock.
there's no way.
Que no creo que va a pegar
from all
tanto
this, but,
tiempo
This is a very interesting
al no tener las botas.
for asazas here doing not to cut you off, but
Pero hay que ver.
Doing the inside of Turtle Rock.
Ah, incluso es un Fast Ganon. O sea, no tienen que hacer GT.
Well, I usually always check the hookshot cave.
Lo cual es
for any,
interesante.
Boots related. Boots are there. Maybe that's just prior knowledge for me knowing that, but it seems.
Oh yeah.
Seems like I would get the checks out of the way on Death Mountain and then do this next.
For a second, I thought you were
but-
talking about trying to put this off to do it with GT, but I was
No,
going to remind you
yeah.
it's fast Ganon in case
Yeah,
you forgot
don't need
about
to do
but
that. But
yeah. I mean, the thing is, he's already got red.
yeah, and it's like it's
The
exactly
only-
boots that makes it better.
The
and you
only
don't know.
thing that would be better over there is boots, and that feels pretty unlikely, right? So
Right, yeah, so-
yeah. I probably would have just walked right in.
Yeah,
honestly.
I mean, it seems like a fine play.
And
It's
then
not-
there would have been.
¿Qué les falta
There
para
would
estar
not
en
be
Go
so
Mode?
duck face when I found boots. And,
Yeah.
and there would be.
There'd be a
Bueno,
lot of yelling
a
and
Andy
cursing
le hace
and
falta
things we can't
Ice
talk
Rod
about, maybe kids watching or something.
I
y
put the mask back
algún
on so you couldn't see the mouth
algún
moving.
¿cómo se
Yeah,
llama?
what happened.
Algún medallón que todos no sabemos
So,
porque
I
no
mean,
han ido a la
he's gonna
zona
see a
de
fresh batch of checks on
Misery
Andy's
Mayer.
side, which would be nice. I'm trying to think what Andy's doing here. He's
Técnicamente Asazas como está en Go Mode.
This is how you go to Meridian. What?
Well, it looks like he's probably going to do the North Death Mountain checks here.
Si es que se quiere arriesgar a hacer
Just gonna kinda
Oh,
clear
yeah.
it.
todo Lower
I do this a
Norfair
lot too with
con
Meridian. I thought that's
puro
pretty interesting.
Gravity.
Yeah, so it looks like he's going to do this, clear out all the checks up north, and just go clear this
Es
cave.
algo muy
so
arriesgado,
just to, like,
pero
couple
es
this in
posible.
With, yeah, this is one thing I always like about watching Andy. He does these like things that like don't. It's just like little.
Aquí está la está haciendo con mucho cuidado para los chain chokes,
Kind of like the game
no le
style.
peguen.
Yeah, well, to me, I would just, like,
Aquí Asazas
again, I had
puede
caveman
conseguir
brain. I go,
bastante
like,
ventaja
I kill
por
Akka,
ese
I go
Ice
get
Rod.
Boot,
Yeah,
or I get Varia. And he's like, well, while I'm doing that, I might as well rope these other 3 checks in.
Yeah.
You know, because this is going to be the most efficient way to do it ever. So, like, again, this is
Yeah.
why Andy's better at me at randomizers. Like, that's just straight
Sorry,
up. Like,
didn't quite hear that. You wanna speak
he
up
said
a
he's
little
better
bit?
at me
Que
at
Andy
randomizers.
vaya a terminar
Okay,
primero
not
Skullwoods
overall.
We're all on the same page.
antes que ir a Super Metroid.
There's also the execution part. It evens out. That's why we're evenly matched things, okay?
Oh, I mean, we'll leave that up to the jury.
Okay, we can leave the last time we raced, I beat him by 30 minutes. How we leave that jersey?
That
Jersey.
Jersey.
Pieza de corazón.
Or something like that. Get him back on track to his normal.
Y aquí
normal power.
Andy
It's
va
getting
por su
jittery.
Paria
So,
Suite.
This is the way a really efficient way to actually get the
Yeah,
Varia
it was
that
really
he
good. It was
needs.
really
Yeah,
good.
yeah. So
I still hate the Varia. Like, I just.
it's
So the only thing I can think of is there's like.
they're gonna go
Pero
back to
imagino que
the
Asazas está
price
buscando el Paria
15%
Suite para
this entire thing.
poder hacer
Just
todo
complete
Norfair.
training
Because
of
I was like,
Varia
this
suit.
is so. I was like,
Yo
this
ya
is so cool.
siento
We're gonna
que
get
Andy
some
va a ir a
battle
hacer
execution, we're gonna see
Norfair.
some hell runs in a semifinal
O
match.
va a checar
I was like, there's
pedestal
no way
primero.
we're getting this and we just get it.
The risk versus reward is just so poor. It really is.
The risk is your pride.
Well, what Duck
No,
Duck
el
actually
ladrón que
wants
le
is
roba las
money,
bombas.
which is a little more important than the pride. So
Oh, you're not an Italian from New Jersey.
no,
I see.
I-
Like, it's just,
thank God. But see now Andy is doing so like thorough is that he's going to check the book here, see what it is. Just cash.
yeah.
Sorry.
Dinero,
the
solo
weird
dinero en
chain thing is done,
pedestal.
But actually, he doesn't know where Ice Rod is, so he needs to get that. But I really wished, for our sake, that he would just go and check what the Meyer pendant is. So
Well,
Meyer-
no. That's what I was trying to get to. The most efficient way, just assuming you had Varia,
¿Dónde
to
te
do this, like,
diriges
to,
ahora?
Meyer and Lower Norfair and Norfair.
¿A la librería?
Because
Que hay en la
Norfair is
librería
the hard part.
importante.
Space Jump,
If he wants
Ah,
to
ok,
do
estaba
Norfair first, right, and full clear that,
Space Jam.
right, you do Meyer, and then you go into the portal to Lower Norfair, right, and now you're starting with the hard stuff.
Space Jam.
That
But
makes
I
sense.
just don't know
Viene
if that
bastante
seems like a minor
útil
route
si no
to get
tienes high
efficiency, and I
jumps.
don't think that's worth 5 minutes.
Yeah,
But
it's worth it if you die.
get some efficiency, you get the safety back.
But like, so you gotta think about that. If you think that your opponent is not gonna do it, which says, I mean, is a strong runner.
Yeah.
También ocupa Nether. Entonces, técnicamente,
Catch the Meyer medallion.
con un
So it's like if you don't
super difícil Ridley, Asazas puede estar en Go Mode si es que no va por el Varia Suite. Entonces, complicado, complicado.
Is it actually?
That's Go Mode.
That's no mode. He doesn't have the Ice Rod yet.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
So he's gonna have to go into Meridia.
Well, so I think this whole thing is gonna be he's gonna do.
So is that check on the way to the efficient? If you were just gonna go and try to clear it normally,
Yeah, it's on the way to
would
Dragon.
you clear it that way to Dragon?
Pero está muchas mazmorras por detrás, entonces está complicado por parte de Asazas. Tiene que hacerlas muy rápido.
Yeah. So
So what is our boss count here? Azazas is down.
so we have 4 bosses.
He's down Swamp.
4 bosses and then 2 bosses. So they both have the same SM bosses.
Yeah, he's
and Andy
down
is
in boss count.
Andy looks like he's 1 up on. He has Argus down from
The
Swamp.
big thing is Andy here is probably gonna do so. Yeah, Andy is on a beeline to be doing lower Norfair and upper Norfair. That's going to take a lot of time.
Yeah.
Adelantó
Azazas is
mucho. Va a
definitely
tener
not
que
gonna do it.
abrir
Azazas is going to find
la
out that
salida.
can go minus Varia mode shortly,
Yeah.
right?
Ooh, high jump.
And the way he plays, once he gets to Meyer, is going to tell us a lot, right?
Yeah. So, Cesar's kind of struggling a little bit.
Las botas las va a conseguir. Y como que coger, tocayo. No mames.
You don't want to take this death.
Right. Yeah.
So, getting out of there, but fighting through. I don't know if he has.
Que de gato.
And fighting Trinex with this health.
Se pronuncian igual.
No, we're just gonna
But you know what?
yeah.
That also helps. I forgot about the powder here, but also it's one of those things where it's like a lot of runners get really caught up, like when they're low health, doing kind of an inefficient movement, trying to.
Yeah.
It's like just play your game.
Yeah,
Both these
this
runners
¿Por
are
qué agarrar, te esquipas el fire rod si no tienes magia, asazas?
This is definitely a TGH peg puzzle right
Yeah,
here.
this is not the most efficient use of this room I've ever seen, but you know, it's like it's late. He's kind of had a real struggle, and he's been kind of tilted off a little bit. Teach, yeah. Well,
definitely
that poor guy. He'll never live that down.
No, he'll absolutely never live that down.
You screw up one peg puzzle.
Lo bueno es que Andy va a perder mucho tiempo aquí en Mayer buscando el fire rod que sabemos quién está aquí.
Oh, poor guy. So we're seeing a front door Trinex. He doesn't have the boots, so he can't be doing anything crazy. She has to kind of.
You can walk the back door without boots.
I've actually never seen that. That's
yeah, you can get there.
Perdón, el ice rod.
So nice. So el runner of Excalibur, he's gonna make quick work of Trinex here.
Estaba pensando en otra cosa. Ok, buena pelea de Trinex.
We got high jump boots there, but nothing really that like shakes the axis of the earth here.
Well, yeah, except he gets all the please go hell run lower Norfair. Here's all the stuff to make it easy.
Are you trying to make it 20% of the broadcast?
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna.
Okay.
Este es el segundo pendiente rojo.
It's gonna be 30% of that broadcast as well.
Where's Feasel? Can we,
Lo malo es que creo que va a checar primero bomba roja antes que el Lumberjack.
Oh, man.
So,
Probablemente.
Right, now, Asazas is going to go over here, and he's going to be kicking himself because the boots are over here.
Andy tiene el Screw Attack que le va a ayudar bastante en Super Metroid.
Put it off for another minute or two. Hopefully, so Meyer is going to be just dependent. So I'm not really sure if we could double check it. What are the 5 and 6 crystals that we do? Do we know?
Yeah, no, it's Turtle Rock and
Pod and TR. So yeah, so this might be something that he's gonna. Asazas can think about. He can be looking to bundle those two together.
Yeah, I mean,
Algo
so
que
the thing with,
todavía no ha salido es el Wayping o el rayo de ondas.
Is you can do all your crystals, or is Ridley a crystal? Or we still know if Ridley's a crystal or not.
No.
So if Ridley, if you assume Ridley is a boss, right? What you potentially do is get all your crystals, and if you're still looking for Varya or just even like E-tanks to make it easier, right? You can just check Pyramid Fair on the way to go kill Ganon. Right.
So I mean,
that's a pretty minor routing efficiency. That's like a thinking 5 steps ahead type of thing.
Yeah.
Está el plasma y aquí va a conseguir sus botas.
Oh, Plasma wasn't here.
Ni reacciona, Sasa. Es como que bueno. Solo las marca.
So again, I'm getting sea bleed from some.
We only talked about it twice. It's okay. You'll get there, bud. You'll get there.
Probablemente piense que su rival ya las haya conseguido desde antes.
So, I'm interested to see Randy if Andy's going to complete the Norfair like loop here, and that looks like what he is going.
Yeah, with the Varia, like that's.
Ni se muta, como decía.
Feels like that's what he's been planning for the last, I don't know, 15 minutes or so, right?
Yeah.
So.
Está bien, buen punto, tocayo.
Going for 25. All right.
Checkerboard.
Now we're gonna do checkerboard. Probably just gonna be nothing in here but bombs.
3 bombas. Pero sí es reggaetonero.
If he ends up, he's going to find out that he doesn't need any more medallions either. He's going to be able to kind of clear Meyer here. I kind of like where Asazas' head is at. Just kind of clearing dungeons. I mean, very insightful here, but
Andy entrando por la parte de atrás de del Lower Norfair, perdón, se me fue el nombre. Y va a haber este check de la pelea contra el chorizo dorado.
I think it's even more valuable in the bosses because like the bosses, except for really the bosses, get pretty efficient if you just skip everything. Like Fantoon, you can skip all of the wreck ship. If it's
Yeah.
Dragon, you can skip all. You can just come in the rear.
El microondas
Right.
no funciona con el
So
chorizo dorado.
do all that stuff. It's the dungeons are just way more valuable.
Yeah.
So like to me, and like just because the game's so much longer, like the little like routing efficiencies things matter. Like we don't think about like, oh, like in A Link to Past Random, he goes like, maybe I want to put off Swamp or Ice Palace because like it'll be so much more efficient in Go mode, right? That matters so much less here. It's just like you can do a dungeon, do it. Right. So like I definitely prioritize all the dungeons. Like so, yeah, getting all the dungeons done here makes a ton of sense. Yeah. It's just with for Azaz, I just don't know how much he's looking for Varia or he's just looking for stuff. Because he's gonna find stuff. He's gonna find that screw attack. He already found the screw attack. He's gonna find the high jump boots.
No creo que Asazas vaya por el Space Jam, aunque le sería de bastante utilidad.
For me, I'd be comfortable with like. Well, I'd be comfortable with what he's got right now, honestly.
Right.
But one more E-Tank should be pretty cozy.
Yeah.
With that much ammo.
I wonder if he's even thinking that he might be behind here with how late he got the mitts and the fire rod and the hook shots, especially they were like pretty much zero.
Oh, he's got to think he's a million years behind.
Yeah,
like
so
I can't imagine.
So maybe he's trying to think about ways to bring up time.
Yeah, if you're thinking you're behind, I mean, if you do the hell, that's what I'm saying. Andy's going to be clearing so much. If Azaz just like finds like an E-Tank or something and just commits to these hell runs.
Yeah.
Right? Because not like Andy's going to do all of the warfare.
El tocayo bailarín.
Yeah.
But he's also going to do. I mean, he's going to be full clearing it too, and then he's also going to do Upper Norfair. He might do Croc. I think probably no to Croc, but he might.
Yeah, it's like.
And then he's going to do all of Meridia, and Azaz could just skip all of that, right?
That's
like,
true.
But the problem for Azaz is he's purely behind. Right? He's got to do more dungeons, and like so he's got ground to catch up.
Yeah. So
and does the amount of ground he catch up equal just lower and Upper Norfair? And maybe not. It's hard to tell.
So like, where does Asazas need to go to kind of make that that catch up here? Like.
He needs to. What he needs
items and like
Azaz needs to be playing like he's in full Go mode right now,
and just
that's his only path. He knows he's in Go. He's in Go mode via his fire, right? So he's
right.
So his thing is to be in Go mode.
Yeah. So he just needs to kind of. Yeah, that's actually. True for him. So, but I think he's going to continue to check because like I just don't think that
Did he get the big key yet?
I am not sure. Good thing. It's good. He just looked at it, so I have no idea.
Yeah. Well, he's about to open this chest.
Parece que Asazas está buscando. Sigue buscando el Varia Street. Lamentablemente para él, aquí no está. Pues está perdiendo muchísimo tiempo.
Time to play scared, right? You got to be like, you know who you're racing Andy, you know he's very good, and it's just like, I'm not comfortable doing it, but like.
No sé si esta pelea sigue siendo más rápida solo teniendo Plasma y Ice que solo usando supermisiles.
If he just didn't have Vari, he would have been fine.
I think there are just far fewer people that are comfortable with a hell run of that magnitude, especially not knowing what you're looking for, right? So it's like
for 10 E-Tanks for Andy with this much stuff and screw attack and space jump, he's absolutely fine on it. Like he pulled that trigger way too early, I think.
Well, sorry. So now if we're looking at what we have in front of us, right? So Andy is gonna after this, when you do lower Norfair, it's almost like the Turtle Rock, right? Where you basically have to make a lot of these checks. Like it's not much faster.
Okay, Andy ya derrotó a Ridley. Está muertísimo.
Yeah, I guess Turtle Rock is a pretty good analogy to it. The only non-linear part is like, do you go over to?
Consigue el cristal número 2 por parte de Ridley.
I couldn't remember what the name was. Yeah, it's like the only like non-power.
Y ¿es un escudo? Sí, es el segundo escudo. Esta pelea que le va a hacer un poco más rápida a Asazas que Andy. Pero aún así Andy tiene muchísima ventaja.
It's not over because again, I think Asazas can actually catch up a lot of ground if he just goes, I'm in Go mode,
and just kind of sends it.
Because Andy is going to be checking a lot of stuff still. He's going to be doing like Upper Norfair is not fast. He may do Croc, like that's going to slow him down.
Yes, this is like the big problem with like what we were talking about, how the seat opened up so widely, and then it's your nightmare when you find an ice rod. It's an ice rod hunt for him, but he doesn't. His opponent doesn't know that.
De hecho, Andy tiene las high jumps. Bueno, el high jump boots. Ya sabes también, entonces está en Mr. Mayer. Uf, Asazas que va a entrar a Desert.
I can't waste any more time trying to go find this thing. I have to just go.
Yeah,
right? And it's
I think the hell ones are a little easier than
Más
you think.
tiempo
Like
que está perdiendo
okay, they win
asazas.
in the semifinals, like
Uh-huh.
you know, especially with screw attack. It's not that bad.
Mhm.
The only like, well, I will say this: like you need to have a very definitive Ridley strategy.
Yeah.
You have to like, this is how I'm killing Ridley, right? I'm using a very specific strategy. And maybe Azazas does, you know, out of the final four, I would say Azazas would be the one who like maybe is the least comfortable with it.
See,
So
this is a very interesting situation here. So he's in this desert, and I don't know if it's doing because of efficiency, but he doesn't need to be here. Right, this is a
Yeah.
pendant dungeon.
Segundo
so I'm not really
escudo.
sure.
Entonces
No,
ya
he's
vimos
looking
los tres
for
escudos.
Varia.
Yeah, and this is a deep dive to be looking for Varia when he has so many. Like he has so many.
Right.
300
If you-
rupias
check
en
areas
esta
that he
salida
hasn't
de
gone. But it looks like he's like
del Lower Norfair.
hasn't gone to Bubble Mountain, hasn't gone to Cathedral, none of that. Like he's like,
Yeah.
so it's like
It's a bit.
it's
I
aggressive.
think,
It's an aggressive look. So it tells you that he's definitely not comfortable doing
La
the
pala.
that you're talking about,
Right.
right. So
well, at all, because like it could, like if you're in my world, right, you're still gonna like finish off because he's still got like he would be like, so in my world I'd be going to Ice Palace right now.
Right.
I just go like, I hope there's an energy tank there, and if there's
Right.
not, then I'll deal with it. Like the only reason you're doing here is because like I need Varia, right?
Yeah.
Like
So-
I'm 100%. I don't care how many. I don't care if I have 13 drop out of the sky. Like I'm
Yeah.
gonna need to have Varia. So yeah, that pretty much takes that off the table. So that's the problem. Is like again, Andy is. I can't imagine him not just taking this path up to Meridia. Like what could possibly distract him that he wouldn't just go straight to Meridia after
I mean,
this?
he might do a little Crocomire action.
But even with
Me
as
pregunto
kinda
qué es
going
lo
into
que va a
this,
hacer
I don't think
Asazas después de ese
Crocodile-
check.
Because like I said, so the problem is like, is when is Asazas even going to go and check? Like he's kind of stranded some of those locations. When is he even going to go check to see where Varia
Well,
is?
he just
you know?
got boots and he's been doing.
Ice
I
Palace.
think he's gonna
Y
check
seguramente Swamp
that
después de
sooner
esto.
than- well, he's doing Ice
Yeah.
Palace first, which
Yeah.
is fine. It's Crystal.
It's a crystal dungeon. I mean, the good part is that Asazas is definitely looking for Varia suit, but he's also kind of clearing some of the game that's going. So if Andy kind of like last locations this Ice Rod, it could get a little
Yeah,
closer
but
than we think it's going to be. You know,
I'm
It's
just
like,
saying, like, I don't understand what could, like, the route to go to Meridia seems so straightforward to me. Like, I don't, and like we have so much of the stuff. I don't. There's nothing that he could possibly find that could
Yeah.
distract him.
So you got to
And
remember.
what else is like?
Lo veo
so fancy enough
complicado
besides
para
Meridia to
Asazas,
go
pero
to-
si Andy sigue perdiendo
That's true.
tiempo
The
en
only reason I could think
buscando
he
esos
wouldn't go to
checks,
Meridia is because he put it
aún
off
se
for
puede
so long
recuperar
because he was, like,
Asazas.
trying to like do some sort of counterplay 4D chess stuff, but yeah, I really think we're gonna see Meridia after what I've been saying. He's just doing this whole big route up, and
Yeah, that is true. So it's like, I mean, and the only really like discrepancy here between what the runners have done is that Andy does still need to do Turtle Rock, and it is like the same in Go mode as it is not, right?
Right.
So, but he's not really gonna go there and try to finish it without Ice Run anyway. So I mean, that's a last thing you're gonna want to be doing. So he's
Right.
not gonna save time. So he's definitely gonna clear. He's definitely got a full clear Meridia here. There's just no reason not to.
right. Well, he'll full clear up to
Yeah.
Aqueduct.
Las
and then
bombas.
We'll have Ice Beam.
Once he has it, then he just knows he's done, right?
Right.
And then it's kind of just, for better word, like garbage time for him. He just has to, like literally run through some of the easier dungeons. He's just Turtle Rock, and actually
Right.
that's it, really. Then it's Mother Brain and Ganon. So doesn't have to do GT and the fast Ganon rules, right? So this seems like I mean, we'll see where he's going.
Dice,
Looks like he's gonna end up
no, pensé que se iba a ir por
going up to Business
Crocomile.
now, through Cathedral. Skip that Frog Hellway, not try to Andy's been kind of doing a very efficient check right now. All of his stuff has been pretty efficient, so and he's trying to be as thorough as humanly possible. So it's
Right.
looking pretty good. Nice use of the X-ray right there.
No me acuerdo cómo se llama esta sala en Super Metroid.
Says it's going to be fully checking through ice over here. He's sadly not going to be able to find anything. So
Yeah. So we'll be able to. Yeah. So yeah, Andy definitely looks like he's going past Croc here. So we'll be seeing. Oh, he never did. Wow, he never
yeah,
did these.
didn't do any of this stuff. Yeah, so it's like both of these runners have, like,
Yeah. You
without
see
having
these like usually pretty early.
Checa,
yeah,
y
it's
check the Ice
because I
Beam.
think Blue Brinstar was so loaded.
Yeah. No, that
it's
makes
just
sense.
like they just never came down this way.
I mean, I was if you remember, I was like calling for Andy to go even sooner.
Yeah.
Because like he was like did wreck ship, but I was like,
Uh-huh.
just go Dark World. Like, oh my God, there's so much stuff like to do. Like,
Right. So if you were him in this
Por
scene,
una fecha,
out of here before any of this stuff's done. So,
sin importancia,
right,
What else would I have
que
right.
Asasa se da cuenta que no tiene magia suficiente.
We're moving
two,
up
Y esa no logra
30% of this
alcanzarlo.
entire
the two. I
broadcast.
mean, the two storylines of the seed are the three things in Blue Brinstar and the Varia suit.
Right.
Because I mean, the Varia suit.
Por lo
is a
menos
big part of
tiene
this
la
story
llave
'cause that's
pequeña y
what
puede
Azazas
checar
is
esta
looking
sala
for,
de aquí
right?
al
Like,
lado.
and that's what his go mode. And like, well, you know, the one out that he had was to hell run it, and he's gonna be looking for it. And like, I don't see a world where Azazas somehow gets the Varia suit sooner than Annie gets the ice rod and is able to make up the ground that he's behind, right?
Yeah. So
Well, I guess he does have. Well, I forgot. He does have Turtle Rock up on him. So I guess overall they're pretty close. So,
but Asazas also does need to do Swamp Palace. But I mean, like
what's Go Mode Swamp is so fast.
that is true if he's still
Like,
in.
What is this?
Andy que está matando a
Going
Crocomile.
on a walk
I have
together.
never
That's,
seen this
El
before.
jefe que nunca hizo nada.
They walked at the same exact speed. That's pretty funny.
Bueno, es
I gotta
buena
replay this
pelea de
now.
Trollster
Taking
para
the boy
Sasas.
Croc for a
Yeah.
walk.
Yeah, walk the croc.
Yeah.
Y nada, misiles.
So yeah, that's
Swaggy
pretty
and
good.
faster. Very nice. Very
Yeah,
nice.
so I guess it is. Yeah, I was thinking Azaz had more ground to catch up. I guess it is a little closer than I think. Well, though, he is down the Ridley, obviously, so he's got to make up the Ridley. So he's down Ridley and Swamp versus the Turtle Rock. Yeah, Andy's still ahead on that. I mean, Azaz has to.
But again, yes, he has to find Varia. He has to.
Yeah,
go
I mean,
and
it's
like this is one of those. It's one of those things where
like
I
when you
never,
do the boots checks, because it's 3 items.
Esto es
It's
Hobo.
when you admits, right? It's 3 items. You just go.
Cierto, había revisado Hobo a Sasas. Había olvidado ese pequeño
Right.
detalle.
But it's like 3 checks, and like it never couples in with anything really, and it's just like you just kind of save and quit and do those 3, and that's all you ever do. Like it's always just like kind of like over here, you're just like I'll do that. Like
I mean,
so sometimes like you remind yourself to do it soon, and sometimes you just forget about it. Like
I am god awful at
Forget
Rando,
about
but like
Y guarda por si no hay nada, solo resetear y no tiene que regresarse.
dumbest thing I've ever done.
the jokes are running dry.
Pero
when you're just
Yeah.
seguramente
Sounds like
no va a
pro.
encontrar nada en esta zona.
It's good. I've let you just kind of do all the talking, so I can
Yeah,
look
Y
like-
ya
I'm
Sasas
on it.
vuela al
There's
3.
a vitamin water in my backpack. If you could get that,
Yeah.
that would be amazing.
Yeah, just slide it under the table here. So, thank you so much.
Thank
Appreciate
you,
that.
yeah.
You figure that out.
¿Dónde se dirige a Sasas? ¿School Boots?
I don't want to put my hand in there. I don't know what.
You do not.
A School Boots.
This is not an ad.
we're not sponsored by any of this, so.
I am not sponsored by 50 Cent. No, I'm not. God, I wish. That would be amazing.
Name a more iconic duo, Duck and 50 Cent.
It's fine. Feathers on the sand.
Duck needs a nap. All right.
Yeah, I do actually.
Now we're
Grande de
in,
School Boots.
Woods. This is
Que
all
se
the stuff
regresa.
you don't need to be doing.
What's the third pen? Is he sending it?
No, he's just checking.
Oh, Cray's the third pen. He's sending. This is the pet play.
Yeah.
He realizes he's in
the
bad,
wrong spot.
Yeah, in bad straits.
Y creo que entró a School Boots
Oh, no, I
porque
thought-
no recordaba
Oh, he realized he was wrong.
a
The
dónde,
thing is, he's got
cuáles
two
eran
pens right now,
los,
so he did. Oh, he didn't actually kill Landmo. Okay, he was
Yeah.
just in there.
Yeah. So it's just like, but like that tells me
las
that
mazmorras que
he's
tenía
not
que
gonna check
completar.
up on that
Hasta ahorita que
particular
checó el
area.
mapa se dio cuenta que
He's not gonna come
School
in
Boots es
close.
Well,
pendiente.
you just save and quit and go right, go left, right?
Yeah,
I mean, you
guess.
could couple in that way, but
But I'm just saying it's gonna take him a long time to get there, right?
he's certainly not beelining it. I'll give you that.
Yeah. So it's,
Yeah, I mean, every step he takes in the wrong direction right now is it's less and less likely this comeback.
Ahora
I
por
say
el momento
that,
llevan
it's
una
like,
mazmorra de
15 minutes in,
diferencia.
He's always going to go to Marini. He's definitely going to Marini. Where else would he possibly go?
No.
I guess we're going to find out.
No, sí, una, porque
No, he's not. This
Andy
is,
tiene
but
Swamp
Azaz
Palace y
is not the right
Ridley,
word, but I don't
pero
have a
Asazas
good
tiene
word for it.
Turtle Rock.
That's probably
English
close,
is English
closer.
is Duck's second language, so we have to excuse him.
Yeah, versus grunt.
Asazas va a terminar Swamp Palace y Andy, ¿a dónde vas?
Was that the joke?
At least I said forget about it beforehand. That was the joke. It was the two things, not just yelling it in the blue.
Hey, you got it done.
Get her done? What?
That's
Did you just Larry the Cable Guy in 2022?
That is not what I said. Good lord.
Hey,
Copyright infringement. is what's
Andy
happening.
va a entrar
Yeah,
por
everyone's just great. It's
Maridia.
all
O sea, va a estar
With the here, we're gonna go here.
la entrada al mundo oscuro de Into the Past para allá
You would
a Maridia en Super Metroid.
I just gotta cut it out from the crowd. cut it. I don't mean, what's the it? I don't
You're
cut
outta
and
here. All right.
out.
Get the crowd out of here. Okay. Back on track here.
Oh, he is going Murdy.
Oh,
He's just
look at
doing
that.
this way. Okay.
Yeah. So this is the faster way to
So
get.
so when you're one from go, it makes
Esto va a
sense to
hacer
do
que
kind of
vaya y
similar to,
mate a Dragon.
the Skull Woods, like the back versus back versus front. Because you definitely have to kill Dragon, right? But you
Pero
don't know where. If just assuming.
al ser la única zona que le falta investigar, va a
So
encontrar
you
el
have
Ice
to
Rod
start from the place
muy
where you
pronto.
know you have to do it and work the other way, right? Because maybe it's just and like it is going to be pretty close because so he'll do Dragon, he'll check Precious, he'll check Bot Wound, E-Tank, and then he'll drop down and do Aqueduct. So it's going to be like the 6 item he checks.
Yeah.
And he'll be in go.
Yeah. And then
So yeah, he's pretty close to done here. And then the only all he has to do is Turtle Rock, GT, and
Al tener X-Ray y el Plasma, esto va a ser una pelea bastante
when I said GT,
fácil.
I meant Ganon. Turtle Rock, Ganon, and Mother Brain.
Va a haber un camarón frito.
So yeah, he'll be done in like 20-ish minutes at this point.
So Asazas is now kind of on a clock here. We have a kind of pretty good idea of what it's going to be.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's the thing with the SMZ3s. Like Andy's pretty handily going to win this one. Just being honest with people, like
Le faltó más daño ahí.
it's not so much as like how close they finish. It's how long they're close for. And we were definitely, because the Azazas had this, like, is he going to do the Howl runs? Is he going to do this? Like, this was still a very good match. Like, Andy will handily win this one, almost definitely. Like, there has to be quite a tragedy that we're not going to be rooting for.
You
like,
were
obviously,
you're really just piling it.
Dragon es el jefe de Phantom.
There are like things that could happen.
okay, but I don't want to like. He's
20 rupias.
Listen, you're just gonna be like, listen, everyone, go home. Don't watch it.
No, they're here. Look, Lanks, we've had 2 hours.
You guys can
of
clear out all of you, please. Yeah.
Give yourself some more credit. We've got 2 hours of entertainment. We got another 20 minutes of entertaining commentary. We're gonna have the interviews with the runners.
That is true. Those are
right?
So I can.
Now all we gotta do is make fun of each other for 20 minutes.
That is not that.
And then
hard, actually. We've been
interview
doing it
these
all day.
guys.
Yeah,
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
This is the entertainment and the service we're providing.
Yeah, I look forward to talking to someone else.
Mala suerte para Asazas.
This is gonna be a good.
Justamente no hace un cero ciclos.
You just have a chat off.
El
They'll talk to you. We'll talk about.
Argus fue directo hacia él y le pegó.
Yeah, fun stuff.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. My words aren't.
Yeah, your words are also.
It's been
no
2
100
hours. of
rupias.
talking. The brain cell count just starts to go lower.
Yeah, that's what's killing off the brain cells.
Va a bajar por aquí y muy pronto se va a encontrar con su Ice Rod.
The next check is Ice Rod here, so.
It's good because I don't know. My SM knowledge is not nearly as deep as yours. I hate to say so.
Stippy step. Oh, okay. One more.
Tip
it. Just tap it in.
Salió muy bien short, short speed.
Officially go mode.
Y ahí encontró su Ice Rod y Andy está en Go Mode. 2 horas, 4 minutos, 52
the
segundos.
relief is powerful for you that you know it's almost over.
Thank God,
Sitting
yeah.
next to me. That's the only palpable relief I'm getting from over
I need
here.
a beer, please. All right, so he's gonna go kill Botwoon, and then this could sound like a rookie question. Why are we killing Botwoon?
That's not a rookie. I would just. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is faster. Like I know you're coming back this way,
Faster
but like
travel. Okay, yeah, maybe that's the easiest way to get back.
why don't you just leave any percent route? Just go up to criteria.
No recordaba que a este jefe también le hace efecto
I guess
el
in the one
microondas.
situation where you can X-ray bot wound, I think this is probably faster. But every little other situation, I think going the other way would be.
Yeah,
faster.
that might be cool.
I think specifically with X-ray, this is probably okay.
That X-ray tech is actually really sweet.
Yeah, it is really nice. The way so basically when you have the X-ray, the game is all the iframes and everything runs.
Curioso, a lo mejor se le olvidó que ya tiene la llave grande de Skull Boots, pero puede haber revisado el cofre grande estando ahí, Asazas.
And then you just keep doing that, and basically, bot wound never moves, but you've hit him with a ton of plasma shots.
Yeah, so it was actually really good that like you don't normally get to see people use that tech because they usually get it like way later than the bosses are actually.
Yeah, the only speed runs you'll ever see any X-ray is the GT Classics because you get everything down at GT, so you can microwave.
No tiene sentido revisar el cofre de la 7 sala porque en Super Metroid aún sigue con la lógica de que ahí siempre va a haber una llave pequeña. Okay, Asazas quería hacer un cover, pero ya se rindió.
And if that wasn't good enough, we were like, okay, well that was kind of lame. What should we name the second room? Meyer. I don't know, Meyer 2.
If anything, we're good at counting, I guess. I don't know. It's just like.
I think the only good name we have is Sociable
Le
Fireball.
hace
That's an
falta
outstanding name.
Torturrock y asazas. Le
So
hace
Penny
falta
Penny's
Dragon
we
y
have a
Ripley.
couple good names.
Yeah, but most of them are just like.
Yeah, it's the second
Pero
Meyer, therefore
el
it's Meyer.
Varia Suite está detrás de Aga, entonces prácticamente le hace falta 3 mazmorras.
I'm done with it.
29.
Yeah, I don't know. First of all, whoever knows those
Y
numbers. that
Asazas no sabe dónde está el Varia
sorry.
Suite. Y Varia Suite
Is
está
it Bland?
en
Is it
Lumberjack.
Bland might know all the cave
Might have been
numbers,
Rakir. I don't know.
God, Rakir.
All right, so now at least say this so now he's going up North Death Mountain, right? And he still
Entonces,
hasn't checked
a lo que
the
veo,
proper Varia spot.
esta es una partida ya para Andy, porque Andy ya está en Go Mode. Solo le falta terminar Torturrock para poder así derrotar a Ganon y después irse a su Super Metroid y derrotar a Mother Brain. Ya que ni siquiera tienen que hacer Ganon Tower, ya que es un fast Ganon.
It's not the worst, yeah. You're quite possibly correct, but
okay, like if we will argue about this for the rest of the match if you don't just let this go.
I'm done. It's okay, right? I would rather argue about various
KFC versus
Ridley.
Popeyes. Let's
Please,
go.
No.
That's not even an argument.
No, it is because Popeye's dog. So.
Whoa, that is a hot.
Sorry,
take.
I'm very angry. I don't like Popeyes at all.
Wow.
Yeah. Sorry, like first.
Hey, Bone Rocks
Are you literally eating Popeyes?
irá a revisar
Oh, I didn't even
Lumberjack
realize.
después de
I just,
esto.
Some sort of like weird Freudian thing that was somehow in my
Ya sé que
mind.
fue la
Is this
flauta,
just
así
one
que
big
dudo
product
mucho que lo
placement
haga.
situation we're going on here?
Yeah.
We're just like, get Popeyes.
50 Cent and Mr. Popeye, please give me a call. Maybe 50 Cent also owns Popeyes.
I don't. Making stuff up?
Yeah.
Just the guy who likes Popeyes might own it. I don't know. So, I don't know what Asazas is doing right now. I actually
Irá a por Dragon usando el portal del mundo oscuro.
I know what's going on. He's just kind of in go mode, cleaning the stuff up. Asazas is going to.
Por la ruta que está tomando parece que sí. Y por esto que bajó la pantalla, ya estoy convencido que va a ir por Dragon desde aquí.
Oh, he didn't do Topper Meridia. That's what it was. He found the ice rod and bailed out, right?
Yes. And hasn't. I don't think.
I can just see Link Force and like I'm just gonna no. It's just like out of the corner of my eye.
Just mid conversation, just like a.
Normally I have Discord in the corner of my eye and I just get the sass.
Posiblemente después de derrotar a Dragon vaya a checar
second I start saying something wrong,
Plasma Beam.
often.
Oh boy. Alright, so we're gonna see some Meridia checks. This is obviously not where he wants to go. But he's gonna be. It's kind of like a pendant, or kind of like a crystal dungeon. He's kind of gonna complete what he can complete.
Yeah. So it's just like when you find something in that, like he said, he was like kind of like, yeah, that's weird. Cause like he did this weird like should I shouldn't I thing. Cause like he was like down to just pendant medallion knowledge when he got that. He was in go mode minus Varia, right? So to me, like if I was going to hell run it, I'd be like, okay, I would do what he did. I'm gonna bail out, right? I'm gonna go check my pendants, and then like if I am actually in go mode, I will do the hell runs, right?
Right.
But in his situation, where like it's very obvious, like he's just.
Pues lo malo para Sasa es que él aún no tiene Space Jam. No fue por él una vez que consiguió las botas.
At the time, it felt like okay, he's gonna go for it, right? But now, in retrospect, where he kind of did some other things where he wasn't going for it, it makes less sense. Like, so I'm not entirely sure.
Maybe he just clears here, and it's like once he runs out of things he's supposed to do or has to do, maybe he just says.
Well, I mean, you have to do this no matter what. Like, this is a good place to come. But it was just in retrospect, I'm just like, why did you bail? When you weren't.
Curioso es que Asasas no se ha equipado del Plasma Beam. Creo que no recuerda que ya lo consiguió.
Was it shortly after when he got?
No, he had speed already because he did wreck ship earlier.
Maybe he's just not as comfortable with these checks. Maybe he didn't think that. Maybe he wanted to go do some of the Dark Death Mountain stuff.
Porque una cosa que tiene el juego es que no te lo equipa automáticamente. Necesitas quitarte Spacer o para poder equiparte Plasma.
I mean, to him, he effectively doesn't have mitts, like something that's literally preventing him from finishing the seed, because he's just not comfortable doing it. So
yeah, this is I think his only saving is like he doesn't have grapple. I guess he doesn't have the check too. Like that's the
Yeah,
only thing.
that's
It's like,
about
thank
it. Yeah.
goodness. Yeah.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah, and I don't think he didn't end up getting space jump, but I don't know if he knows. He doesn't really know what's on. But actually,
But
I'm thinking about that.
He hasn't been to Norfair at all.
Yeah, but I'm saying like none of that stuff can be various suit, right? Because like, in normal
No,
logic, none of the suits can
Yeah,
be.
it can't be in a heated room at all.
Yeah. So it doesn't look like he knows the wave, the beam check here, right? So that's the microwave, as you were saying.
Oh, the microwave.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
Andy que ya
Oh,
derrotó
has a beam on.
a
Yeah.
Trinex.
Because he did get it in.
Bueno, su
Associate.
primera fase y a la segunda ya derrotado.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Yeah,
Like,
Con
sometimes
esto
I don't,
consigue
like,
su
full beam, I'm not
último
necessarily
cristal.
it's not gonna be useful, but if I can microwave, I will 100% turn it on. Like that is the one of the biggest time saves. I mean, that's even faster compared to like doing the 80% like 3 shine spark strat, the 2 shine.
So I could say though there might be a little bit of mental wear and tear on this because he's been doing the seed for 2 hours 12 minutes. And well, no, me personally, yes, talking to you 100%. But I'm talking about our runners.
No,
here.
I meant like not only today, like this is the whole week. Like we're all getting tired.
Well,
like,
so you got to think though, it's got to be so frustrating in the back of his mind knowing he's like, hey, someone could really be doing.
Pero Andy se dirige a derrotar a Ganon.
Right now, they could do this hell run. And every minute I don't do this hell run is like, I should have did it 10, 12 minutes ago.
Yeah, exactly.
15 minutes ago. Where is Varia? And it's got to be very, very frustrating.
Yeah.
So right now, it's like he doesn't have any real shot here. It's because he's fighting Ganon here.
Like I said,
it's like he needed to make that.
We're up to
run
like
play.
28 Ganon falls for this to be a match.
We're gonna need someone to do the math for us if you could, but. No,
we have the official Ganon fall calculator in the audience.
If they want to drop a whiteboard.
Segunda fase completada, la tercera donde está tirando todo el piso. GT no es requerido, es Fast Ganon.
Just going straight to Mother Brain.
Yeah, full power Mother Brain is going to be quite.
He's got little
easy.
full beam, right?
Yeah. He's plasma, and then
wave.
And wait, is wave as well?
That's what. So. No, he doesn't have wave. Okay.
No, he's not. But he does
Le dio el primer hit.
Health, essentially.
Yeah. What the?
La uno.
Yeah, it's just like.
Es el segundo.
Yeah, so it's not quite full beam.
The only thing he has to do is turn off his screw attack so he can do Zap
Oh, he never got the silvers and the silvers were in
asazas aún no lo he encontrado.
I know, I just can't remember the name of it.
Rock Cave, the one named cave number 29.
Oh, that's
lo sigue buscando.
How did I not know that? It should be cave like 8.
Ahora va por Space Jam.
Yeah, that's not that. Oh, is that how we're naming things?
Well, Cave Infinity.
It's okay, Doc. That's why you're not on the naming convention.
That was a very nice, like, neat it wasn't even on camera. It was very gentle. It was very soft hands.
Yeah, people
Okay.
can't know we're
Ganon derrotado por parte de Andy. Ahora solo le queda derrotar a Mother Brain.
The amount of yelling you've done at me all this week, I didn't know we were friends behind the scenes.
The amount of yelling I've done, I didn't know we were friends either, really. All right,
all I know is you said you enjoy riling me up. And it's so easy.
It's my favorite thing. It's my number one favorite pastime. That's why I came down here. I didn't run anything. I'm just here to piss.
Duck swimming, right? I can rile them up.
Yeah, exactly.
We should like one of the booths you like paid $5 to rile. It's like the kissing booth. You rile up Duck.
Muy probablemente se meta a la nave a recuperar
so
misiles.
I'm just giving it away.
Should market that stuff.
Yeah, I should.
So Andy's gonna head down to Mother Brain. This is gonna be.
Buena pregunta. No lo sé.
8 minutes.
8 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
About.
Yeah, he's got full power. He's got a billion.
Me imagino que la única diferencia que tiene es que tiene lo de Fast Ganon, porque de ahí en más lo sentí como un combo randomizer común y corriente.
This is day 4 of doing a bunch of really long seeds, so I do not blame him if he doesn't.
Yeah. But, so Andy did do stand up against Ace earlier today.
Yeah, I mean, like I would expect him to do it. It's not that bad, but there's definitely been times like it's like I've just been playing for so. This is a pretty fast seed. Like we said, like the beginning was very gross. It turned pretty jetty, and then we have the thing that he got that I'm not going to talk about.
It's like he got jet seed. It's like we said. It's a tale of two seeds. It's like it's Asada's got the real crappy side of it, and it's going to be like Andy got the rails, which is nice. It's he made a couple really good calls, and here we are.
Yeah. Like I mean, besides getting the Varia, which I just didn't think he needed to do, I generally agreed with his routing. I thought all that. Like I had the quibbles. Like I didn't like the wreck ship, but that it didn't hurt him because he did have the required cane there. So, but like overall, pretty. And like I said, it was like some of the stuff where he did do Aga, and then he like looped in the North Dark World.
Mhm.
Like he just has like all these like little efficiencies, which is why he's just such a strong runner in these.
So, is this making you any happier that UCS is now in Lower Norfair, no suit?
Yes, this is
Yeah.
making me very happy.
Is this gonna like
Estoy
hold you
tratando
over
de
like
buscar la
a
información.
night, or is this just gonna be something?
Yeah,
that you
again, but like, yeah.
It's gonna be kicking him because if he said like, if he had done
Pero no la
30 minutes
encuentro.
Yeah,
in a
the
row-
decisions that kind of got here. I mean, at this point, I guess he's like the only thing I could do.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I feel like, but this one, if you don't know the Crystal Flash, if you don't know, like, if
If you
you're
don't know the Crystal
com-
Flash, you're not doing this. Period.
yeah,
Like,
if you're not comfortable with it, it can be just so scary.
yeah, and
to
I'm
do this
already
jump.
like he didn't jump through the door here, so yeah, it makes more sense. Like you definitely want to be jumping through the door there.
You have to be very, very comfortable, or comfortable with like some of the lower percent situations in this.
Yeah, you want to either run RBO or Solsky does these. And he has never run RBO, obviously, but like you definitely want to know like they like jump through the door, like something like little room strats.
Yeah.
Because like like speed running, right? We always want to go fast, but now like time equals health.
Yeah, this is such a scary situation. So he's gonna dip into the reserve tanks. There's a lot of reserve tanks.
Yeah, I mean
My
this
goodness.
is a mountain of health.
Yeah. So we got Andy didn't quite get baby skip, but I mean at this point it's not really that big of a deal.
No.
Yeah, you can do
Sí.
everything else here.
¿Qué tipo de formatos sean? Ya busqué en el canal de SpeedGaming live y no me parece nada.
Yeah, this is
I mean,
Yo creo que esto es lo que debe haber hecho Asazas en un inicio.
you can do it, but that means
you
that
just
that
save
really
here and so okay.
Venir
like,
aquí
this-
con
this-
y hacer el
This
Crystal
one,
Flash en vez de tratar de
No, you
buscar
just
el
save here,
Varia.
keep going, and then you Crystal Flash as late as possible.
Yeah, this seems like this is looking like a person who doesn't do this very often.
Yeah, no.
And no shade.
there's-
I've been.
This makes
complaining
sense
about
why he
forever.
wasn't
Yeah, it's
doing the stuff
very,
before. This
very
is
difficult.
clearly like a just gap in.
¿Te sabes el formato de esto, del combo randomizer?
Very difficult.
Yeah.
to do.
¿Qué formato decidieron tomar?
Andy's doing. Maybe we want to do this so we can have a nice safe Crystal Flash over here.
Técnicamente Asazas ya perdió y Andy va a ganar.
Yeah.
So he's
Así
Crystal
está
Flash in the middle of taking
la cosa.
damage.
Yeah, you have to know. So like when you Crystal Flash, you have to be under 50, right? So
Yeah.
the way we do it is we Crystal Flash around like 70 health.
Yeah.
And by the time the animation rolls around, right,
Yeah.
you're now under 50 by the time the trigger actually calls.
Mhm.
But if you don't know that, now if you lay it right at 50, you
Yeah.
won't die because you only lose about 20. You won't die. So
Mhm.
like even if you didn't know that, you could at least like, I'll try 50 and hopefully that will work. Right. And
Right.
it will work, but you can get into some pretty tight situations.
Al no tener todos los rayos, Ice Beam, Wave Beam y Plasma,
Well, the
creo
problem
que
is
es más rápido usar
what
supermisiles.
not safe.
Yeah, that is
Like,
also
that
true,
is,
right?
like,
Like,
De lo contrario,
The
sería
safest
mejor
thing to go
usar
to do
tiros
is to
cargados.
he was gonna have he was gonna get a lot more out of it, and like not to mention, he still has to fight Ridley. So you kind of
Yeah.
have to take chances here. Like it's looking like this health. He's gonna have to do another Crystal Flash before Ridley, fight Ridley, and then also do a Crystal Flash
Yeah,
afterwards.
he's not
so,
really good. Like the ammo.
So his
management
ammo
is also-
so he's gonna have to do just a regular. He's gonna have to rely on his plasma for a lot of it. So he's just
Yeah, I kind of feel confident in saying that this is probably the first time he's even attempted this.
I mean, but it's
Which to do it on this stage.
Sí,
like,
esto es
that
el mejor
that
de
takes
uno.
some cojones,
Pero no te sabes los modos que van a jugar.
I just it just does it do like,
does.
that's like saying like Duck, why you
Porque, por
open your mouth
ejemplo,
to speak? Like, this is part of it.
It's part of the breathing process.
Esto es fast gano.
And we are getting the stand up from Andy.
Sí,
So, you have
Andy
30
hizo
seconds less time with
el
me, so
pequeño
this is
glitch
really
de
fast,
poderte
fast.
mover
That'd be great.
Yeah.
aún con el...
So no, I mean it's good on him. I mean like this is so scary. This is something I could never attempt because this.
Creo
is
que aquí Asazas va-
I'm decent at the
está perdiendo muchísima vida en esa zona.
Having to have this in your back pocket.
Pero está perdiendo muchísima vida rápidamente.
Oh, for the hell runs?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
No
yeah,
le va a dar
something
tiempo
that needs to be
suficiente de para
practiced and
poder...
practiced.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
is like even for like this is what people always like. Oh, like the
Va a ser un
hard is
Crystal
harder
Flash
because
antes
it's
de
like, you can
entrar.
do the hard stuff in normal. No one's stopping you, right?
Yo veo
Like,
bastante bien. Solo que
it's
tiene que
just, like,
hacerlo
adds the actual, like,
en un
logical
momento
way. That's why I
exacto.
tend to prefer normal because you can still do this stuff, right?
Right.
And I think like the stuff to me even more powerful in normal, and like when you have a high quality
Pensé que lo había hecho antes la bomba, pero no, sí lo hizo bien.
That was a really
Para quien no
well-done
sepa,
about 7 days.
Crystal Flash.
I really
Es un movimiento que solo puedes hacerlo cuando tienes 10 misiles, 10 super misiles y 11 power bombs.
This is what you came here for. This is what you wanted to see.
Te consume 10 misiles, 10 super misiles y 10 power bombs, pero ocupas una power bomb para poderlo activar. Eso lo que hace es te recupera toda la vida y los tanques de reserva. Y también importante, tanques de reservas vacíos.
So he's gonna need the crystal flash again, so he can't.
Andy ya derrotó a Mother Brain,
Yeah, you can't be using all these super.
entonces ya está en la secuencia de escape. Esto en 50 segundos máximo se termina.
Ridley is
But yeah,
an
major
incredible.
props just to
Estás
Yeah,
usando
SpeedGaming Live.
Yeah,
tiros
it's like-
cargados.
it's like the Ridley fight is an incredibly complicated, like fight.
It is
It's a
the
lot of
most
it's
complicated fight on SNES by far,
Yeah,
like
it's
easily.
very easy. You have to manip a lot of his.
Obviamente
movement, and if you don't,
quiere usar
it's
otro
just-
Crystal Flash
even if
Yeah.
you do, it looks like chaos, but
una vez que
it's-
mate a
it's very
Ridley,
usable.
pero
This
uf,
is,
le bajó muchísima vida y Ridley aún no está muerto.
tough fight.
Yeah. To even attempt this is
Ahí
very
creo que
difficult.
no, Ridley no sigue atacando, no está muerto.
So he did. No,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, the second level saving grace is.
Bueno,
we
aquí
just got
Ridley lo
knocked
mató.
down, so
No hay problema porque guardó antes, pero
Is not gonna get
Wallow
another,
in-
yeah,
in
another shot at
this.
Ridley,
Bueno.
yeah.
eso es lo que te decía
This is-
Tocayo, de que
this
sí
is
se
what
puede
you want.
terminar sin Varia,
Poor guy
pero
getting beat up by Ridley.
No,
ves lo
I know
complicado
Andy
que es
could
pelear contra
actually
Ridley
do
sin
just
tener el
being a
Varia
little
Suite.
baby.
Stubborn. Yeah, no, this is a fine attempt here. Andy's going to be finishing up here.
Y
Dude,
GG por
23,
parte
very
de
good
Andy.
time.
Yeah,
Give
really good
Andy a
time.
round of applause.
Really good
Y
time.
eso es forfeit para Asazas directamente.
Excellent. It's gonna be a nice little full house out here.
Yeah, so we'll
watching
get
this
the runners in for interview as has forfeited. I mean, after that,
Yeah,
I
it's just
cannot.
like, I don't know many people who are like, no, man, I would love to still really battle it out.
Not
Me and
not at
Ridley
day
going
4
to
of
do-
a speed game line. We were gonna. Oh, that's my knee.
Mhm.
I'm knocking everything.
That's all right.
That is nice and sweaty for
Oh,
you, bud.
thank you. Thank you for the swash, friend. That is really, really nice. I appreciate it. So we'll move over. We'll get our runners in frame for a little bit here. But yeah, no. As we're going, we thank you guys for watching. This is a really fun race as we wait for our runners. But also a special thank you to Linkforce for tracking. We'll definitely thank her again soon. But keeping us on track because I didn't know.
Yeah,
You
no.
done?
we're-
Get done?
yeah,
Yeah,
track-
there you
the
go. I'm
track-
trying to be
I'd say-
sincere over here. My goodness.
Then why
Sí,
don't
es
you say keeping us on track and you're trying to be
7,
sincere?
4.
You can't just
that-
drop it.
Normal Ganon.
Puns? Listen,
Ya, perdón, normal, fast Ganon.
get us out of
7
here.
cristales,
Well, the-
4
Well, we can
jefes,
just drag
fast
him
Ganon.
over then. I don't
Yeah.
like if that's what you want to do.
Andy Asazas, come take a seat. Come talk about some fun.
Sí, cosa que hizo Andy en cuanto consiguió las botas,
Yeah.
checó los checks de botas y fue a revisarlos de una
Doesn't
vez.
matter what Andy needs. We're trying
Eso
to,
le dio bastante
stop.
ventaja, la verdad.
We're gonna have a nice little chat with our runners.
Yeah. Just stop. Andy, what the hell?
So let me spare.
Why?
He just spent 20 minutes, like probably 20% of this thing, complaining that you didn't do Varia.
Did suitless.
Didn't do suitless.
Dude, if I died once, getting
Yeah,
it from Lumberjack
yes.
is basically even.
Exactly.
So don't die.
That's what I was saying.
Okay, do you know me?
Yeah.
But so his
I'm so-
his
oh, well,
BS
the-
aside, his BS aside. Congratulations on your win, Randy.
Oh yeah.
Thank you guys for running.
Randy?
Randy.
Andy.
I'm not talking
Right.
about sauces, right?
Is this
Uh,
how
thank
this
you for
commentary has
playing-
been the entire race?
Yeah.
Good night,
100%.
everyone.
Yeah, it's just been it's
Yes.
been bad. It's GG's on your runs. Well, I need to know. It's like as Duck was complaining about the Varia, like the suitless thing, you were looking for Varia for a very, very long time. Even at Ice Rad before Andy did, and then you were kind of on this goose chase. Did you have any idea where it might be at all, or?
I totally forgot about lumberjack. To be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll happen.
Yeah.
You see it. So I basically found the ice road. Had a lot of stuff yet to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of hoped that Varia would show up
Mm-hmm.
on the
Yeah.
way, and then eventually I got tired.
Yeah, yeah, that's what we thought about. Yeah.
So
Ok.
I do have to add.
Asazas dijo que estuvo buscando por todos lados.
mm,
el Varia y después se cansó y decidió
Oh,
irse.
okay.
Y olvidó
Because
por completo
watching
el
them
check del Lumberjack.
say like some like gaps in knowledge and how to, I was just like this might be the first time he's even attempted it. So doing it on this stage and it's something where you're not very comfortable with, and obviously you know at that point like you sort of had to send it. Like the major props for even trying that, you know, putting yourself out there like
Yeah.
that takes a lot of guts to do.
So I was telling Duck, you guys kind of came into two different seas. Andy kind of had a much more streamlined situation going on here because you went to Blueprint Star earlier. You found the fire rod, the hook shot, the mitts, like all of that way earlier than Asazas did because Asazas did a lot of the Link to the Past stuff first. So you ended up doing Thieves Town. You ended up getting to like the Hype Cave first. So like the seeds were very different. You had to kind of double dip back before, and Andy kind of got to do a lot of Super Metroid and then kind of move out. So like, what kind of like Andy? I'll start with you. Like, what were you doing? Like, what were your thoughts when you found like all those three things? Because like you had a very bottleneck seed, and then it all opened up. What were you thinking about when you were trying to start that up?
I mean, at that point, I think I was like 3 things from Go mode. It was like flippers, bow, and ice rod, depending upon
And
like,
knowledge.
the medallions.
Yeah.
But that knowledge was, accessible. And then, get bow in Sea House. I'm like, okay, well, I'm 2 things from Go mode, and it's been like an hour. It feels like. What's happening? And then I got the flippers, and I'm like, bro, come on, just like let this be a 1:30. Let me get on with my night. I have another race to do after this. And then it legitimately felt like hours that I was looking for that ice rod.
Yeah.
Thieves Town, Swamp, South Dark Worlds, Pod,
Checked
the
about
rest.
Ah,
of
le
it.
están preguntando que cómo se sintió con la de que le están dando los ítems tan pronto.
All of LN.
Y él está diciendo que
Like,
conseguir
things are stupid,
Fire
things
Rod,
are
Hookshot,
cool,
luego después el
but
arco en
so
Sea
bad.
House. Era como que, oh, vamos,
It
Sid.
was just such a slog at the end.
Luego conseguí los Flippers, fue como que, wow, hora y media, ya conseguí todos estos. Y después 1 hora buscando el Ice Rod. Fue como que, vamos, ¿por qué?
I know crap moment, I'm a little behind, or like, oh, did this feel right? Because like your seed was okay, it led you to Pod, it led you to do Eastern, and then kind of led you back. Did it feel like it was a natural progression, or did you feel behind from there?
I mean, not really. It kind of felt like natural progression.
Oh, okay.
Because I was never really bottlenecked. Like, the most bottlenecked I've been is like at the beginning where there were no
First
bombs,
20
there
minutes,
was no money, there was no
Yeah.
nothing.
Oh yeah, the beginning
You
was.
bought 3 batches of 10.
That was like 3 seeds
Yeah.
ago. It feels like
Yeah, it
now.
felt like
Like
a long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I farmed the bomb hut and CAC to like max because I was like, just doing these without bombs, like going to South Shore with like 5, it just always feels bad.
Yeah.
he bought like I think
3 packs of bombs.
yeah, at least
Yeah.
like 3. It was like 3 or 4
I
packs of bombs. It was like
Bought bombs 3 times.
he's
Yeah.
like single-handedly improving the economy in Hyrule just from his bomb purchases.
Yeah, I bought bombs before Escape, and then I farmed. I was like 0 for 4 in the bushes
bush.
below the Sacred Grove or whatever.
Mhm.
And then like I totally forgot I had the mirror somehow while I was in Escape, and I just sat there and tanked like 6 hearts of damage.
Don't worry, chat told you.
And then
Sorry about that.
immediately after, I was like, oh, I have the mirror, don't I? I looked at my tracker and I was like, track. And then yeah, like it ended up feeling good. Like I realized after the fact that you needed that mirror to get the morph ball, so that made the early SM play better.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the most bottlenecked early game I've had in a while
Yeah.
in SMZ3.
Yeah, I just went into Eastern straight up because I didn't want to farm.
Yeah.
I said maybe there's something useful in Eastern that I can get early, and if there's nothing, at least I get the money to buy bombs and do stuff.
Yeah. Well, you both came out of that bottleneck at about the same time, like 20, 25 minutes in. You both so it was just even playing ground, and then the only route divergence is that you went over to kind of Red Tower area, and you went down to Blueprint Star, and then kind of swapped up from there. So, no, it was a really excellent race. It was
Hola, ¿qué tal, Scalius?
Ahorita
Ahorita
You think?
the finals.
ya se terminó lo que es la seed, todo. Están en la entrevista en inglés, estoy tratando de escuchar para poder traducirlo, pero
SM Rando big tournaments here.
I mean, it's
Of
the
course.
first SNC3 tournament that I participate in.
Yeah.
I've been playing it not competitively or not in the high competitive scene.
Yeah.
le está preguntando a Sasas que cómo se sintió estar participando aquí. Dice, él es la primera vez que participa y que no ha participado muchas veces mucho competitivo.
It was awesome. You showed up a really good skill, so really appreciate you doing it. And yeah, so I just wanted to, maybe sign us out here. I want to thank Duck, thank our boys over here for putting on a really good show. Thanks for a really awesome crowd out here having a good time. So I have
Sí, ya se acabó
Good
SkyLive.
luck
Entonces
on the next race. And
mi
I guess,
entrevista
anything else
final
you wanna add to the conversation
en
before we
inglés
sign off?
para cómo
The
se
race
sintieron
is
las
going on
sí, qué
now.
opinan ellos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's literally going on right now.
Yeah,
Is
both
there a- is-
semifinals were at
Is
the
there
same time.
a result of that one yet?
Yeah, I
No,
was
we have-
watching that
we
race on my phone while commentating you because I was bored.
Yeah, I was too, dude. You see that 183 over there? It could have been like 111.
Why don't we?
Le-
How
le-
about this? Why don't we wrap it up and we walk?
Le están
over-
preguntando
Take
que
it
si ya se
away.
sabe
Sounds
el
good.
resultado de la otra
Thank you.
semifinal.
I assume we're going to be rating.
Dice
that
el otro
based
contestante,
on
ah,
what
sí,
is still going on.
la estaba viendo en mi teléfono, me estaba
So,
contando esto porque estaba aburrido.
Stuff going on SpeedGaming, but thank you everyone for joining us. It's been a really fun match. Good luck to Annie in the finals.
Yeah, follow the runners, please. And
Yeah, follow the runners. Hopefully they're on screen.
Yeah.
Yep, there we go.
Awesome. So, all right. Well, thank you guys so much.
And don't follow links.
Don't follow links. And
No.
yeah, so we'll catch you. You have a race coming up next, if in Link to Best Rando. All right, so go. You go. Go get a
Did
drink.
you say
Go get
3?
30 minutes.
I was like, you schedule that tight.
Yeah,
Like,
so,
just
all right, thank you
banking
so
on
much.
yourself to crush this seed.
Keep on top of all speed gaming stuff. We
Parece
got
que
more
Andy ya se
videos.
tiene que ir a su siguiente match que empieza en 30 minutos. Y bueno, ya con esto dicho, es una lástima que se haya perdido, pero aún lo tenemos en la Link to the Past y le deseamos la mejor de la suerte. Sin nada más que decir, ha sido muchas gracias a toda la gente que estuvo aquí y nos vemos la próxima vez. Chaito.